What's happening, lids? Listen, the time has nearly arrived. On Saturday, the 18th of May, I'm doing my final tour date at the M&S Bank Arena in Liverpool. There's still some tickets left. It's the biggest show I've ever headlined, but it's not just me going to be there. I'll be doing my hour, but I've got a few of my mates coming to do stand-up, and I've got some surprise musical guests. It's going to be absolutely unbelievable. I'm so excited, and the final tickets have just gone on sale, and they're on adamrowe.co.uk. You can also get them on the M&S Bank Arena website and Ticketmaster, but all the links to all of them are on adamrowe.co.uk. Come and be part of the biggest night of my career so far, and I'm going to blow the roof off the gaff. Please come and see us.
And come and see me doing Dan Nightingale and Fiends, some of my favourite rooms around the country and one in Dublin. Some of my favourite comedians with me, messing around with filming it all. Dan Nightingale and Fiends. It's at dannightingale.com.
And if you haven't already, why are you not signed up at patreon.com/haveawordpod, one of the biggest Patreons on the planet? This podcast, this independent podcast based out of Liverpool, is one of the biggest Patreons in the world. Why? Because you get value for money. You get early access to these public episodes. You get an extra episode every single week. And every month, you get a Patreon special. And you get access to the entire back catalogue as soon as you sign up from just £3 a month. Tell them about the specials, Daniel.
Oh, my God. We've got so many lock-ins where we get drunk in here. We went to Nashville. That's a three-parter. We've done all sorts. We've taken over a restaurant. We've had a racing day. There's 40 of these things. There's so many. I'm forgetting the good ones.
Amsterdam, ghost hunts. There's so many to list, and there's a new one coming every month. The one we've just released, the art special, is one of the most popular we've ever released. Patreon.com/haveawordpod. Go and sign up now. I guarantee once you're there, you'll never leave in a bit.
Nice one.
Wag wag leads, you're listening to the funniest podcast in the game from the heart of Liverpool with Adam, Dan, Sensei Carl and Finn. This is the one and only Have a Word.
Brought to you by Manscaped, the very best products on the market for below the waist grooming.
Go Ed, get on me.
Here we are. Adam's in Nashville, living his big camp cowboy life.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't mind it. He was so happy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So happy. The last couple of records, you could tell he was just in his element. He went to see ABBA on Monday night and then set off to Nashville. I said going to see ABBA, a little bit camp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but in the best way.
Futuristic camp as well. It's a hologram.
Totally. I wasn't slagging off ABBA. Some bangers. Am I knocking on the ABBA best of all the time? No. Will I objectively accept there's some fucking rammers in there? Old school rammers.
Yeah.
But it's, I would say, a lot of tickets being sold to middle-aged mums.
Yeah.
Yeah? A lot of HRT being dropped to that fucking gig.
Prosecco is gone at the bar.
Oh,
that's
wow.
Snorting it.
Yeah. Snorting
Prosecco. And then Adam and fucking
I had a debate with Seneca about ABBA, and I said, you might not agree with this, I prefer Madonna. I'd rather go and see Madonna live than ABBA. And it splits people down the middle.
Listen, if we're doing holograms, I would rather see the 1989 Madonna hologram than the hench 68-year-old Madonna now. How you feel like going, eat a carbohydrate and stop doing leg day?
She looks like she's 15 and 0. Like she's fucking
so scary.
Yeah, she had cornrows. I'd go, that's all right, isn't it?
The angriest lesbian you've ever seen.
So ABBA got obviously bangers, but Madonna's got as many, if not more. And you always go, oh, fucking hell, do you remember this? ABBA doesn't come on and you go, fucking hell, do you remember this? You've heard it 15 times that week, usually. Madonna's got secret bangers and heavy bangers and a longer. She's got more longevity as well.
I think about this.
No, she's not got more longevity than ABBA.
She's literally still releasing music now, and they're holograms.
No, but she's not. but she's not releasing any good music, so I don't. I discount that longevity.
Yeah, name the last banger.
No, but Madonna had bangers in the last decade, didn't she?
What was the one she did with Justin?
I'm never gonna stop. Don't know. Banger though, probably.
When she got Ali G in a video. Good move. She had no idea who the cunt was.
4 minutes? 4 minutes, yeah. I got 4 minutes.
4 minutes in the little world.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Grab a boy,
go and
grab
see
a girl.
Madonna then.
I'd love to. I'd love to.
Right,
see. And that's quite camp, innit?
When she did the Super Bowl, right, there was a bit where CeeLo Green was singing next to her, and there was like hundreds of dancers. I think about this about once a week. and there was a plinth that went well high, and I thought if I was one of them dancers, I would have just stepped on, and just the three of us, I should have been going, this is sick.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Madonna and CeeLo Green going, fuck, keep going.
Definitely push it off.
Just on there with the Dudley boys, you're like, yeah.
When she got yanked back in that,
Devon's,
whatever she was wearing, what was she wearing? Like a cape. And the dancer had to just sort of grab the back of it and pull it off.
Oh, yeah.
But I think the Velcro was attached too much. So she took the first 3 steps. He pulled on it. He's some her dancers are always like incredible, massive, like black dudes. Yeah. So he's just pulled it back and she flew. It looked like she'd been shot. It was unreal. I
thought you were Googling Madonna boxing division.
So
like, what weight would she be at?
What would she be?
Some of her
flyweight or something.
Some of her backing dancers are all like they dress up as boxers, but very camp boxers. And
boxing is camp.
Yeah, but like more camp.
All martial arts.
And
camp.
also, everyone was like, "What's wrong with with it being camp?" Mate, I've seen Kylie live. It was.
Oh, I'd love that.
It was so fun.
Wow. She's so fit as well.
Yeah, she's like.
Isn't she like 70 now? She's well old.
Yeah, she is old.
But she is
big.
Nah, she's not.
She's like Hans Moleman.
In a wig.
Hang on.
I reckon she
54.
Ooh,
Kylie
56.
Yeah,
56.
She's not Tess Daly, who is 82.
Is she?
Yeah.
This week.
Yeah.
She was born in the 60s, lad. She was about 40 when 9/11 happened.
She was about 40.
She was your age when 9/11 happened.
She was 33.
Good maths.
How did you do that? That was so quick. That was too quick.
She's always got in his head how far away 9/11 was.
Never forget.
Because it was such a good
You can't
day.
forget.
I don't want to forget.
But yeah, Madonna, Kylie Minogue. Who else is there?
Danny Minogue.
God.
Yeah, but she's a bit yappy. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, it feels like Kylie and Danny's mum has gone, let your sister be a pop star and all. Yeah. And she's like, I'm doing it myself.
Yeah.
And with my boyfriend, Jason, she's like, let your sister be in.
Go on, you got to take your sister as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to a pop concert. Take your sister.
Powerful women.
Powerful older women pop stars. Beyonce isn't one. Fuck Beyonce.
Hang on. She's
not an older woman
but
yet.
She's not. What are you saying? Oh, plus 40.
I'm talking
40 over. Middle-aged.
Yeah, 50s, I'd say.
Beth Ditto.
Cher. Come on.
Cher,
She's still doing it.
But
sexy
she is,
as well.
she must be a hologram. That's not real, is it?
She's still going.
She's got like spare bits like Potato Head. Like they're just putting, they're like, Cher died years ago. When the second tower fell, she was dead.
She hasn't had a cheeseburger since 1974. She still gets like, you know when you're like swimming cozies, like a younger lady swimming cosy where it's like, whoa, straight up.
Yeah.
And then there's the
High
more
V.
modest, like, okay, we'll just go towards the legs. She's still rocking that on stage.
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks, yeah.
Oh, I'd love to do cocaine with Stevie Nicks back in the day. That'd be my hologram, Fleetwood Mac, except I do coke with him.
Joni Mitchell.
Alanis Morissette.
Yeah,
hang on.
Lennox Lewis.
But then,
Lennox Lewis.
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought you
Lennox
meant
Lewis, yeah.
the boxer.
No, Annie Lennox.
Oh,
yeah, but are they still knocking them out? Are they still? They're just
Lennox Lewis
is retired. Power corner over there.
I
No,
got
they're
kicked
not.
out of a Alanis Morissette concert once. No, before she'd been
It
on.
might be the gayest. What are you doing?
I was in Birmingham, right, at uni, and my sister came up with
I
a
didn't know
mate.
you went to uni in Birmingham.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, drama school, so not proper. And we went to go and see Alanis Morissette. And my sister brought a best mate who used to be in Hollyoaks, when Hollyoaks were not on YouTube. And
Is it?
Yeah, it's on YouTube now. It's just YouTube.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wasn't Hollyoaks the biggest one though, recently? Up until recently?
Yeah, but now it's YouTube. Sponsored ads.
Channel 4 just not doing it.
No, they've just gone, I just upload it.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Go on.
Because no one watched it. And then we would like, do you know how you snake your way through, but you don't get right to the front, you get about halfway. We stopped there, and then someone tapped us on the shoulder. Can you move? And my mate, Andy, my sister's mate, turns around and goes, yeah. And she goes, you're an Hollyoaks, and because you're an Hollyoaks, you think you can stand in front of me? And he goes, I've literally said you can go in front of me. She's like, nah, forget it now. So I stood in front of her, and then she kept hitting him on the head during the support act, and then she poured a drink on him, and my sister turned around, ballet trained, pushed the girl back and booted her in the face. We missed the
What
gig.
fucking ballet training have you been doing?
Why did you get kicked out?
Well, accomplice.
I'd be like, I don't know.
I was with her.
I'm not missing.
Yeah, I would have been like,
Ironic.
Brennan held his sister's drink while she ballet kicked someone into the future. Hang on, there's a gig, and everyone's waiting to watch the gig. You do know at gigs, people are going to be stood in front of you. That's an amazing.
How dare you stand in front of me?
What are you doing?
it's so annoying when people are. One of my other mates, he used to be on Corrie, right? And we stood in front of someone at
Stop
Benicassim.
going to gigs with fucking soap stars then.
Me and Anthony Cotton.
Me and Ken Barlow went to see Arcade Fire.
It was Arcade Fire.
Shut up.
Benicassim, what, 2000 and...
With Ken Barlow?
Yes.
At Benicassim?
Yeah. Deirdre, the Nan, she were there.
Blanche.
She was on my shoulders. Camera came on her. She got her tits out from below. She was like, and that doesn't happen enough now, does it?
That's the better way.
Tits
isn't
on a
it?
camera at a
From
festival.
below. Yeah. Not
Get your fronties out.
That's better. Than
That's
it happens at
Yeah, but not if it's
download.
Blanche from Coronation Street, eh?
You're not telling me you wouldn't stare at it.
Listen, if we're talking about the old... Yeah, I would.
Download festival that happens. The goth one.
Does it?
Oh my god, yes.
2 sad smiles. Just-
Goths love getting the tits out, and that is a fact.
Is that a fact?
And it's in the dictionary. In the fact
On
bit.
the goth.
Yeah.
Little coffee tits.
Yeah, they love getting the tits out.
Little Tim Burtons.
Weird.
My sad eyes are up here.
Go on, see that Benicassim with fucking Kevin.
It was
Webster.
with what was he? He was like, what was the butcher called?
Fred Elliott.
Fred Elliott's protege.
Ashley.
No, not him.
It was.
No, it wasn't him though. The other one.
That was the only one.
No, there was one who banged Tina and then a Thai bird.
That's Ashley.
No, it's not Ashley.
Right, if you don't know
It's
who
called
they're talking
Craig
about,
Gazy.
neither do I.
Sounds like
Craig
What? He only had one apprentice, mate.
He didn't.
Graham Proctor.
Graham Proctor, mate.
It sounds like a bum doctor. Graham Proctor, bum doctor.
Flipping heck, Uncle Fred. We're at Benicassim.
I do not recognise that man.
Someone asked him for a picture while we were watching Arcade Fire. He said, no, I'm watching Arcade Fire. They got a Sharpie and wrote, you're a twat on the back of his top.
Mate, if someone can get into a third word and you haven't noticed, then you are a twat.
Also, why are you taking Sharpies to watch Arcade Fire?
Don't know.
Got your wallet, your Sharpies.
Did they ask for a photo, but they had a Sharpie?
Well, he wanted a photo.
Right.
On a digital camera, that's how old it was.
Can you sign my camera?
Can you sign Blanche's tits?
Oh, yeah, it's a bit eggy, innit?
If you were to see someone famous at a gig that you'd actually go over to, who would it be? Like, do you know where you'd get like, fucking hell.
Not many people, but like it'd have to be
Fred
someone
Dibner.
insane. Fred Dibner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't he dead?
Fred Dibner in Madness.
Oh, I'm thinking of fucking...
The super famous I'd leave alone.
Would
Because
you?
I wouldn't want to be... I just
That
find
guy.
it cringe. It would be niche that I'd be like,
Well, Big John
yeah.
Bosch was staying in my hotel this week.
Who?
Big John Bosch.
No way.
Big John Bosch.
Yeah.
Bash. Le Bash.
Le Bash.
Zabash
You know
Bash.
Big John Bosch.
I don't know Big John Bosch.
Bad. You know Big John Bosch?
It sounds like an old English wrestler.
Yeah, he looks like one as well.
Who is it, Big John Bosch?
Giant haystacks.
Yeah, he basically he's an online, guy, and his catchphrase is Bash.
I think
Yeah, but
he
what
Oh,
does
the
he
big
do?
fat geezer?
Yeah.
From like the Cockney dude who
Yeah.
always eats a fry up?
Yeah,
eats Chinese. He loves Chinese.
he was staying in my
He's not
hotel.
Chinese though, is he?
Your
That was the
hotel?
clear
Oh,
up.
you were in a
Not
hotel.
Yeah. And everyone's like, Big John Bosch is upstairs. I was like, fuck off. And they all went up and got a picture with him. And I was like, I don't want to do that because he's on holiday.
He used to play for Leyton Orient.
Did he? Yeah.
BJB.
I was like, I don't want to go up and go like in a picture. I was like, if it happenstance, I walk past him, I'll stop him. And then I didn't see him again.
You never saw Big John Bosch
I didn't
again?
see Big John
Gives
Bosch.
a fuck.
Bash.
Isn't that mad that he's famous for doing fuck all?
Yeah.
I want to get a selfie with a famous person that really appreciates the attention. Like, like someone who's famous dwindled so much.
Like, you see, like,
what,
Lee
you want a
from-
selfie?
Lee from Steps. And he's like,
Wow.
yeah, I'll do it. And then he's scanning stuff. Yeah, I'll do
Yori
it. One
Geller.
sec. I'm going on my break in a minute.
If Yori Geller's with anywhere near me, I'm finding him.
You bring a spoon, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd want a spoon.
Mate,
bent
sign me spoon.
Simon Spoon.
Yeah.
Bend me spoon, lad.
Yori Geller. would be
Watching
a
Arcade
sick-
Fire. Fucking Yori's a twat. Yori's a Tory. Get up.
He was best mates with Michael Jackson, wasn't he? Yori Geller.
I think he got around Yori Geller. I think he said he was going to stop a meteor from hitting the earth with his mind.
Yeah, he did. But he didn't stop Michael fucking Kids, did he? So,
No,
there's a limit
bending
of what he
spoons,
could do.
bending kids.
There you go. And all the man, he didn't do that. He just slept in a bed with them, Dad.
Didn't he put his nose into an arsehole?
Yori Geller or Michael Jackson?
I
We've
know
all
of
done it.
Michael Jackson. That's what he just said. He just said he sniffed the bumholes.
Maybe it's like a dog. You know, they do that greeting. That's
Yeah,
how
yeah.
Michael Jackson greeted his friends.
Oh.
I've been eating vegetables. Sorry, what? Michael, what did you say? I've been eating vegetables. That's my voice now. I'm famous with Michael Jackson.
Is he the help?
So we also once moved the Gary McAllister penalty against England. You know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Scotland played England and Gary McAllister had the penalty to equalise, I think. And Yuri Geller was in a helicopter over the ground. And before McAllister hits the penalty, the ball rolled a little bit.
No.
Oh, yeah.
And Yuri Geller said he moved it with his mind.
Why didn't he do like? Why did he let it get to penalties? You do something in the match, wouldn't you? You wouldn't let someone run around for 120 minutes.
Yeah,
and
but
then...
I'd be like, why is Yuri Geller above the ground in a helicopter?
There's an article that's come out today. Yuri Geller returns library book 47 years late. Is there anything this man can't do?
Do you know that was a proper feeling?
bending rules.
When I was a kid, I used to go to Nosey Library by my nan's and get books out and then just not take them back.
Bad boy.
And for like years, I was like, oh my God, like when they finally catch me, I'm going to owe millions.
Yeah.
And it used to be a fear of mine for years.
It's £2.37 now, isn't it, basically?
Yeah.
What for the whole box set of Diary of a Wimpy Kid? You're like, I'm a rich baby.
No, but I used to think like, oh, one day they're going to get me. And it accrues over years and I'm going to have to give them like £1 million and I haven't got it.
You'll be on Locked Up Abroad.
Yeah.
You'll be running off to Portugal.
It's the fine I would worry least about.
It still exists. I've still got the books.
I know, but what is it? It's like 7 pence a day. Although, you know.
It's been like 30 years.
25 years.
Yeah. I probably owe them $1 million.
I've got a fine today. This is my new thing. I'm living like a .com billionaire where I sometimes weigh up how much it is to park in a city centre.
Oh, like Mario Balotelli.
I'm Mario Balotelli. I went to a local school and battered a bully as well. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I heard about that.
I love him.
Is it £35 if you pay early?
30.
So surely it is worth it in a lot of cities.
Yeah.
Yes, but they are putting new provisions in, aren't they, in some city centres because there's such a spike in wealth in those places that people are turning up in Bentleys, whacking them on double yellows and be like, yeah, cool.
£30 a day.
70
cool.
quid.
Yeah.
Nightmare. So, like, I don't know how much, like, the fine is, but if it was 500, they maybe think about it.
If they towed my car, then there's issues, isn't there? But it's right outside the hotel. I thought 30 quid.
And you might not get one.
No, I've got one. I've
you've got
seen
one.
it. Yeah. And then the guy saw me reading it and walk off and he just went, oh.
Did he jizz?
Yeah. He was like, oh. Because they get commission, don't they?
Do they?
Yeah. Yeah.
I boo them, you know, even on my own.
Boo.
Boo. me and Adam once chased them around town, booing these two traffic wardens when we were teenagers, old enough to know better, booing them. And now it hasn't left me. So whenever I see one, I roll my window down and boo at them.
Like a long boo? Or just
boo!
Oh, not like a boo.
No, I'm not trying to scare them. I'm trying to let them know that I'm, not their friend.
Poor cunts.
They must put up with so much shit.
The least popular job ever, and they're just trying to do a job.
Cunts. No, the worst one now is the woman who works for airlines who waits after the gate to see if you've checked baggage and charges you. Because it happened to me. Going to Palma.
Okay at home.
On the spot.
It's got sad.
Yeah. She goes, have you got priority boarding? I went, no. And she went, right, £92 for the bags.
Carl, that's such an easy thing to avoid, though, isn't it?
And I was just, I've risked, I'm up. I am in the positive. I've gone round the world without paying for it. I've been caught 3 times now. So every time I go, it's fine, I've used it loads and not been charged. So.
Do you have to put it in the cage of shame?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the worst when there's 60 people.
But I go, it's not going to fit. It's fine, I'll just pay.
I'd spit on it, me.
Yeah. What, like trying to lube it
Yeah,
up?
but
I love watching people try and twat them into those fucking spaces.
I like it when they've got it in, but they can't get it out. And then suddenly they have to take the whole thing. Do you know when you see them walk around?
You'll have to check that big thing in. Love, that's far too big
But
to go on
don't
the
be a
plane.
gobshite when we were going to Nice, I
wasn't
saw
a
this guy
gobshite.
ripping into this girl, and you could tell the will to live was leaving her. And you're like, she's just doing a job. He was like, this has never, he was a posh cunt as well. He was like, this has never been a problem before. And she was like, right, could you just stick it in that thing? It's not changed. It's been the same sizes. But he couldn't get it in. He was like, I don't have a problem with this usually. And then just started having a go. And you're like, fuck off, mate. You obviously have the money.
Yeah.
You can't get your bag in the thing. You know the rules.
You paid 12 quid for a flight.
Just fuck off.
12 quid.
Listen, if
I
you're going to
wasn't
get...
having a go.
Yeah, don't have a go.
No, I wasn't. I was actually being overly nice, but she was awful. There's a couple behind us who had it fitted in. They were like, yeah, fit it in, bam. And then she went, no, it has to fit in sideways. And they were like, right. And it didn't fit in by like an inch. They were like, we bought these purposely to fit. And she went, £92.
That is
And he went,
high level country.
yeah, and he went, I'm not paying it. I've bought these specially. He went, you are paying £92.
All right, yeah, she's a dickhead.
She was a bad, and this is a 5:30 in the morning.
Hang on. There's the metal thing that says if your bag fits in here.
That's a fit in sideways.
Yeah, but what is sideways though? Like if you fit it in one way,
I'd be wearing
you
the
could say
bag a
that's
different way. I'd go like
Buy a
front ways
square
like
bag.
Mate, that is next
She
level
was a
gobshittery.
gobshite.
Do you not think
This guy couldn't get his bottom wheels past the top of the thing.
Oh, then that's different.
It's never been in that shape. He's just managed to get away with it a few times. She's obviously the first person, or maybe he's just lying and he always has this problem. And he was having such a go at her, not the airline. Like it was her that was doing it. And she was like, and then eventually she went, you're gonna have to make a decision because I'm not being spoken to like this. Fucking right, mate.
Yeah, great.
At Liverpool Airport as well, which is a sounder airport in my experience.
But
Like everyone's just a bit more chilled
only
out.
EasyJet check, Ryanair don't check, Aer Lingus don't check. Genuinely.
Yeah.
So I if you can choose now, go Ryanair. I take a duffel bag. You've seen my North Face duffel bag. It's bigger than any suitcase, and I take it on as hand luggage.
on a Ryanair flight.
Yeah, and they don't check.
It's
the big-
honestly taking the piss.
Like
Drawstrings.
It looks like a 12-year-old's cricket bag. It's so big.
if they stop me, we'd have to just all laugh at the situation.
What am I like?
like this is, it's like that big. Yeah, it's like 80 litres.
It's like cars like leaning back. It's my backpack.
But I take it on as hand
Skis in it.
Can you get
Yoga
it
mat.
under the chair?
But I've been to the Middle East with it. I've been loads of places with it and got away. So
Hold that.
yeah, and
Big bag in Middle East.
every time it's got women in it. Every time I get stopped, which is 3 times, and I'll go, oh, it's fine. I've got away with more than I've been caught.
What's the thing with duty free on the plane as well? Can we just fuck that off?
No, you can't open it, can you?
No, but I mean, why are we selling it on the plane?
Yeah,
like
make
it's
money.
everyone.
Scratch
No, I
cards
know, but like
and perfume.
duty free's at one end, duty free's at the other. Can we just stop jamming the fucking hour-and-a-half flight up with some poor woman who's like, "Do you want your fags? Do you want perfume?" And stop buying from. Just buy it from either end.
Also, duty free, I remember as a kid being like a bargain.
It was like £1 for the bottle of vodka.
Ooh.
20%. It's just literally no VAT.
There's no VAT, that's it.
Yeah.
Right.
But it used to be like half off ciggies.
Yeah.
Me 12.
Also, what's the scratch cards?
Is a con.
It's a fucking con.
Do you know
I wanna
anyone that's
what
ever won on that?
percentage.
Or the postcode lottery?
Yes. Who told me that? Was that you who told me? A friend had won the postcode lottery?
Yeah, it's me.
Somebody knocking at your
I'm just
door.
rolling it.
I flew to the Isle of
Somebody
Man.
ringing the
I flew
bell.
to the Isle of Man this month. It's an 18-minute flight, and they came out with a duty free thing, like the thing, and she got like 4 rows in and had to go back. I was like, what are you doing?
Just stopping people
Just
having a piss.
Pac-Maning away around the field.
The scratch cards are like, and everyone, it's for charity, and we've raised over this much. And like, how much are you getting right now? Because I don't trust you.
Yeah.
I don't think like 100% of that pound is going to charity. I'd love to know what their cut of that is. Well, obviously it costs a lot, so 70p in the pound goes to Ryanair for all the scratch card printing.
What's the prize and all? 20 quid?
A free flight or something, probably.
Yeah.
And then you have to buy a scratch card.
200 Lambert and Butler.
But you said flights are cheap now. You look and you go, oh, fucking hell, 60 quid to Nice. And you go, book that. But then there's 2 years, so it's 120. And you go,
Yeah.
on hand luggage. It's an extra 60 each person each way. Right, that's an extra 240 quid. You're like, well, I want a big bag as well. Well, that's 7. And then it's 600 quid. So you see 25 quid or whatever, 60 quid. And then it's 600. I mean, I'm pissed off because I had to book extra flights. It's like 600 quid. Flights aren't cheap. They just broke it up. So you see the original price and go, wow. But that's if you're going naked at like 5 a.m. from like Leeds when you live in like fucking Scotland.
Oh, you can do it, but you've got
Yeah.
to raw dog the flight.
Yeah, oh, there's a 23-hour layover. But, it's only 15 quid.
They wanted the CEO of Ryanair, who seems like he knows how to make money.
He's mates with Mike Ashley
But he
type of
comes
guy.
on, and apparently he like floated the idea of charging to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
He's like,
Did you ever hear the idea he floated?
Because he was like, then we can take a toilet out. Then we can get 3 seats in. And those 3 seats will bring the price down for everyone. You're like, I don't think that's how it works.
I think the
we're
worst
just
one he did. Standing seats.
standing, yeah.
Standing.
Where would you ever want to stop? What flight?
It's not fucking the yellow wall in Dortmund. What if there's fucking
What if there's
turbulence?
It's just those, like, you know, the bus...
Scream if you want to go fast.
Those bus handles. And you just fling with them.
Do they come down like Oblivion?
But you're in the sky.
And then you get a picture?
But then he wants to do, like,
You're not
a pound.
on the road into town.
What's your seatbelt?
The handle and your upper body strength. But like,
come on, Nana. They're expensive, these seats.
What they should do is
My
take
arm
all seats out, have it like an army cargo plane, and everyone just gets on and sits on the floor. Get 1,000 people on every flight, as long as it's a quid.
Just make it a big adult soft play.
I'd do that.
Just throw a ball pit.
Yeah, a quid a flight, and there's no seats. You just find somewhere to sit. It'd be comfier as well.
I also think when it comes to airport security, if there was a line who was like, listen, we're not going to really check anything, but your flight, like, can we just have a secure... I know this sounds mad, but I just feel like there should be like a fast track security for people.
I wonder who's not in the fast track.
Yeah.
I wonder who they're going to...
It's definitely me looking angry with my life, with my kids. Like, maybe a flight where you're like, listen, it's going to be... That flight hasn't been checked for security properly. Did you know? We'll give you a scan, but we're not asked about fluids. You don't have to take your shoes off. Well, that's just a faster line.
Changed anyway, hasn't it? Everything stays in the bag now, as I've said.
Not every airport has worked that out yet.
Right.
That's the worst.
Luton is still going by the 2005 rules.
Oh, right.
Rats.
Do you know when you get your dinner tray at the end of when you get all you have to put your shoes back in it and everyone's getting you just think, I feel such a cunt.
Yeah, I'm naked.
Like, it's the worst. I think airports bring out the worst in everyone.
Do you know what the worst thing is? The two worst things about holidays. One, if you've flown in a hat and you have to take your hat off to go through the scanner, and you look like a baghead.
With the flattest, greasiest there.
Yeah, and everyone's looking at you going, are you flying with that air? I feel like going, I've got a hat in the tray. You should have to, like, everyone knows. And when you get to the
They should give you another hat.
Yeah.
Like a safety hat.
A see-through hat.
Yeah. See-through hat.
And then when you get to the hotel and you can't check in on a sunny holiday, and you've got to sit with everybody who's like in shorts, and you're like, you haven't been to the hotel yet.
I've never done that.
No, so you get there.
So you get to the thing and you're like...
you get there.
You're early before check-in.
Yeah, everyone's like, we know this hotel. We know where everything is. And everyone's like, and you're like, I don't know where to go. And you just sit down. You've got like, usually got like trackies on because you've flown. And everyone's like, we know this hotel. You don't. And you're sitting there like a baghead at breakfast. You can go to breakfast if you want, and you get like one piece of fruit because you feel all embarrassed. And you're sitting there and everyone's staring at you. And then the next day when you've checked in and you're comfortable, you're like, look at the new kids.
I love the image of some scouser in full North Face trackie, 110s, sunbathing because it's 11 a.m. and he can't get in the room.
That was nearly me in Palma. I flew in a full trackie. And luckily I went to the luggage room and changed. But when you get there and you're the new guy, you look... I never feel more self-conscious than being the new guy in the hotel.
We were only at the the hotel for about 4.5 days on our holiday. On like day 3, I walked past a guy who was at the very front of his book, and I was like, "Fucking newbie."
Exactly. Being the new guy in a hotel.
What, you on page 11? You fucking noob.
Have you ever sat in? Do you know when it's like all inclusive and everyone sits in the same seats on the same tables every time?
Yeah.
Have you ever sat first day on someone's table and been asked to move?
Shut.
I have.
No.
I have.
No. Oh, you need to be with Adam for those situations. Being in those situations with Adam is next level enjoyable. It's given me so much. Like, I'm so much more go fuck yourself in the 4 years I've been working with Adam. Try and move Adam from a seat that you think is yours and a seat that he knows is not yours. I almost would like to make it happen.
He doesn't really use words.
Just his big, furry Libyan eyebrows would crunch up. Oh, it'd be so worth it. The aggro you'd see at 8:15 in the morning.
Oh, I'm too much of a people pleaser.
Fuck off if you think this bit is yours. The same with people who are like, this is my house, and this is the bit outside my house, and this is my parking spot. You're like, listen, I know you want it to be, but it's not.
You don't have a drive, you have a road.
Yeah.
Did you see the clip that went viral of a guy trying to put a blanket down? He like put a large blanket down in his parking spot. Like people,
what's
like
a lie down
with a towel.
No, and then drove off to work.
This is mine.
People put cones out. I love it.
I think that's common in the US as well. They'll stick like cones or
people have
benches
tried cones in my road. My road is small and parking is at a premium. And people have tried to put cones out, and the WhatsApp group got spicy.
Yeah, but your road is the epitome of it, isn't it? Because no one's got to drive, and it's busy.
Yeah.
So of course you're like, it's my house. This is my street. I want to be able to park outside.
I get outside my house
like
20% of the time at most.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Have I told you about the time when I had a neighbour war? So I live on like an end terrace. So there's like gable end, and it's in a car park where there's like, you can't park there, but I can park down the side. And then this guy kept parking in his van. There's offices 2 doors down. So I left a little note. Hi, mate. Can you not park here? It's my house.
It's on your drive.
So the gable end is mine.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like,
Right,
an alleyway, innit?
Kind of, yeah. And then a few days later, parked there again. I was written another note. Hiya, mate. I've asked nicely. Can you? And then I just had a little post-it on mine. No. I'm like, oh, he's a bit of a prick.
Adam.
So the next day,
I'd read
I wrote on an Amazon box, folded it out, fucking move your car, put it on his windscreen.
Oh, you've gone cardboard.
Yeah, I
well,
went,
that is
went
a
full cardboard. So everyone could see.
the ante.
And then about 2 weeks later, my 2 front tyres were slashed. He got out of hand.
What?
Then when I saw him again, I slashed 2 bin bags on his windscreen, just covered the windscreen in garbage. And then he knocks on my door and he goes, is this your fucking rubbish? And I went, yeah, but it's in my parking, so it's fine, isn't it? Like an absolute prick. And then he parks there again a few weeks later. So I go and knock on.
How old is he?
He's probably about my age, I reckon.
Oh, shit.
So I knock on the offices and this bald guy comes down who's his boss. And I'm like, get that guy to move his van now. And he goes, yeah, I'll just ask him. I went, get him to move it now. Because I don't lose my shit, but occasionally.
He slashed your tyres, man.
Slashed 2 of my front
It's
tyres.
cost you money.
Yeah. 140 quid.
Oh, mate, honestly, I'd blow his van up. I'd go that
I'll
step.
blow his van.
I'd put a petrol bomb on his van.
So he comes out and I go, move your car. He goes, it's not your fucking spot. And I went, move your fucking car. The neighbours come out and they're like, is everything all right? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Marcy. Yeah, it's absolutely
I always
fine.
walk around with a knife.
And I went, it's on the deeds. I've got the deeds. Yeah.
He's got the deeds out.
Did you get them out?
Well.
I'll print stick it to cardboard.
And he went, you show me the deeds and I'll move the car. So I'm going on my laptop. And I read the deeds.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And it says, I can park there, but it doesn't say no one else can park there. And I'm literally going like, oh, fuck.
Oh,
so,
shit, my
so what I
laptop's
did,
run out of battery.
I tried to like write nice fancy language. So it's like, it's something like the aforementioned address.
Oh,
can only-
legalese.
So I wrote it and then sent it to my brother. I said, get in your handwriting, send it me back, photoshopped it, printed it out, give it him. He went, oh, I'm so sorry, mate. I fucking win.
And I'd be like, 140 quid as well, you fat prick. Was he fat?
No, he wasn't. It's beautiful, actually.
Go down the list.
Fat prick.
Was he?
It's on the deeds, fat prick.
Carl's angry, who's who? Fuck.
Someone, what?
Can't do banter if you fuck it up.
Someone spat at my car because I parked outside his house.
Really?
Yeah, I've told you the story. I kept parking there because it was a new car. I just moved house. I wanted to keep it safe. And he spat at it. And I got very angry. And my riposte was to
Jizz on it.
throw beans all over his place.
That's worse than
Do you know
slashing
this is a
tyres.
public
You
episode?
beamed him.
Give a fuck.
Oh, I love
I'll
it.
take his fucking address if he wants. He rides a bicycle, lives
Spanish
by ours.
Quarter,
He's a bike
Highton.
dog.
Why does he want your parking spot if he got a bike?
Exactly.
Oh, sorry, this is the fat kid.
No.
Oh.
Do you know his cousins messaged me and said my cousin's the fat little get that you get.
So I've been having neighbour wars for a couple of years with Martin, who lives next door.
Yeah.
The other week, I haven't like acknowledged this guy's existence for 2.5 years now. And to be honest, after you get over the initial like, oh, he's such a bellend, he's annoying. It's easier when you've had egginess with someone. If you just ignore them, it's just easier. But he's not enjoyed this at any point.
Okay.
I saw my neighbour Neil, and he was just about to go out for a jog, and he had his AirPods in. And I did the Neil, and I could see Martin was at the boot of his car, and I was like, ugh, it's eggy because he's there and he's clocked me. So I was like, fuck, Neil can't hear me. I just wanted to say something quickly. So I was like, I'll just walk. It's two doors down. I'll just walk. So I set off and he set off at the same time. Walked. Like it looked like he was just going to walk straight into me. I didn't change my
High
pace.
elbows.
I didn't even look at him. And he walked behind me and went,
Oh, mate.
I've just heard the laugh, like, but it was right behind me. I was like, oh, what psycho.
What a prick.
Just psycho behavior. However, this has been Eggy for 2.5 years. If the kids ever say hello to him, he says hello. Like, it's a weird balance of like, he obviously is like, you two are pricks, particularly you. Like, it's me that he fucking
But they've
is
been born
annoyed by.
into a war zone.
But-
Do you know why? It's not their
But
fault.
he's fell
why
with the
he's fell
kids.
out?
Sound with the kids.
Tell him why you fell out, would you?
Oh, just because we cut some, like...
Because he made his garden nice.
Yeah.
You
I cut-
fucking savage.
I cut a tree down and he kicked off.
You piece of I'm Team Martin, me.
But he
I
also...
wouldn't even say hello to
weirdly,
your fucking kids.
weirdly, if the bins are left out, like, I'll put their bins back to their gate.
How fucking dare
And he's done it for me as well.
Oh.
So we go on holiday, say to his missus, who we get on really well with, and his daughter, dead sound. Everything's dead sound with them. I was like, I've just left my bins out. Do you mind putting them back? Because we were going on the basically Sunday, the bins are Monday morning. And she was like, yeah, we'll get them in, no problem. Anyway, when we got back from holiday, the bins aren't just at the gate. They've been taken through his gate, put over the fence, back in the exact order that we have. So he's taken 4 empty bins, lifted them over. And I was like, has she done that? Doesn't think. And I was like, so I saw her, I was like, thanks very much for sorting the bins. And she was like, oh no, it was Martin that did it. So even though it's well-egged,
weird.
the bins have come in and been placed and like not even just wazzed over in exactly where we put
he
them.
knows.
He's reached them over.
There's an olive branch.
So I know
That's been cut down.
If anyone does this sort of stuff for me, I buy them a bottle of wine.
What?
Yeah, neighbours.
move his-
3 for 10.
Screw
top.
£7.50 bottle of
£7.
Malbec.
All right, fine. I thought you were coming in with like.
But it was one of I always
Chateau
when I buy
with-
wine because I don't know it, it's like, oh, it's £10.50, but it's down £7.50. I'm like, wow, it's a £10 bottle of wine for £7. So I messaged his wife and I was like, oh, I've bought a bottle of wine to say thank you. It's just over the fence.
Smashed.
I just thought
Throw it the window.
you've been polite, we've been polite. Sound. Anyway, Laura gets out of the car on Monday and he goes, thank you for the bottle. First time he's talked to her in 2.5 years. Thanks for the bottle of wine. Much appreciated. And she went, apparently she was like, she was so shocked that he was saying something. Like, she went, you're welcome. And he was like, she went, thanks for doing it. And he went, anytime. And so she came back in and messaged me. She was like, oh my God, he's just said thank you. And like, it's so weird after so long of it being fucking, I've written a bit about it and everything. So now I'm waiting to see where we're at. Like, I don't know.
I feel a
do you
barbecue
know, like,
coming on.
if he's around,
Ooh,
I don't
yeah.
it's too
The
much.
fence panel pulled over, gardens.
Classic.
I almost want to go, look, here's another bottle of wine. Can we just go back to how it was? There's
What, like
just
shit?
just a
Arguing?
simplicity of like leaving each other alone. Because now I'm waiting for the morning. So the ice has thawed.
I think he just gets it. Bins mean a lot to men, and I never got this until I now live in a house. How do you want
Monday
this?
morning.
Mean a lot to me.
Oh,
Mine's Tuesday, but I've got the alleyway next to my house, which means the bins get put there for like a couple of houses near. But we haven't got purple bins because of the size of our road. We've only got blue bins,
because you're not in Liverpool.
and people people keep putting bin bags in the alleyway,
Ooh.
which means I had a mouse, maybe a rat, in my wall recently. It's gone now. I haven't heard it. So I took a picture and put it in the WhatsApp group. Saying, can please people be and like a big like thing about bins. I was like, I am now a man.
Yeah.
Complaining about kids playing footy near my car, and I'm complaining about bins. I am a grown adult.
And it'll just get worse.
Yeah.
There'll be, the further away you get from your youth, the more you'll be like, it's just not on.
Yeah, you're
There's
gonna
a way we do things round here. It's the Spanish Quarter of Haiti.
But watching, like, I literally the other day, parked my car up and the kids were playing footy, and I'm watching the telly, but I'm also looking out the window like that. I'm like, if that ball goes near my car, I will kick it over the house.
In the window, hands behind the back.
So bad. Mate, the Popo
Lynn
turned up
Gallagher.
down the road. We don't know exactly what it was about, but they 2 police cars turned up, lights flashing. Laura nearly fell out of the front window trying to lean out to see what was happening. Loves it. It's
good, isn't
It's
it?
just weird. We've been there 4 years. We're not moving. She's like, something's happening on the street.
Yeah. But I called one of the kids a fat little cunt on this, and his family found out. Nothing happened. He's still fat.
Is he on a diet then now?
No, he's horrible. He shot a bird.
He shot a bird.
Yeah. He's outside my house.
What kind of bird?
A pigeon. I don't give a fuck. It's a bird. It's a living human. A living animal.
It's a living human
living
pigeon.
animal.
It's not anymore.
Oh, fuck it. Are you shooting at me?
Did a
I'm a
BB
human pigeon.
Did a BB gun, and they were like shooting the pigeons.
What, like the kid from Toy Story?
Yeah. So I banged on the window. I went, "What? Fucking pack it in." And they were like, "There's no bullets in it." And I went, "Well, fucking move then." And he shot me window. So I opened the door and said, "Shoot me out again, you fat little cunt." And he like ran off, and then I told the story. And his cousin messaged me and said, "It's my cousin who's the fat little cunt. We've been screaming in the house, laughing when we heard it."
By the way, what's happening with them pigeons that are like, fucking hell, been shot? Should we fly off? No. Could be a random occurrence. I don't know. Might be those lads with guns. I don't know. Let's see how it plays out.
Because what happens in my road, because of the way it is, people put birdseed on the floor to feed them.
Where
But
do you live?
I know.
Like
then
Balamori?
but then they shit all over the cars. And
Scouts Balamori. I'll tell you a fucking story.
essentially, yeah. My road-
Balamari.
my road's amazing. But now they're shit on the cars. Now I'm one thing away from taking a picture in the car going, can we stop feeding the pigeons? Because they're shiting on my car.
Isn't it weird with like, I think this about like pigeon shit quite a lot, where if it was any other animal that had done a shit on your car, you'd take it off. But with you just go, it's fine, innit? Like if a horse had done a shit on your bonnet, you'd go, this is well out of order.
I don't know what happened with Laura last year, but a bald eagle shat, like lost control of its bowels. I've never seen a bigger poo on a car. I literally went in and went, Laura, you've angered the birds because their king has flown to Sorgal and had dysentery on your fucking
Neil
hatchback.
Buchanan's like,
It was so bad, and I'll say this, like I know I'm responsible for a lot of stuff at the house, but I'm not responsible for cleaning Laura's car. Like I'm not doing it. I don't wash my own car. Sometimes bring it to the car park here and they do it.
Oh, it's the
20
best.
quid.
That's my favourite. It's
And I
king.
Laura, you need to get that off because it's a fucking vulture like shit.
Turns the paint.
And she was like, no, I know, I need to sort that out. Left it at least 5 days.
Was it
in
like
the heat.
Boxing Day?
You can still see a weird outline of it. It's never going to leave that car. Yeah, it's disgusting. That bird must have flown low and then gone, oh my God, I've got dysentery.
I'm going car shopping on Saturday with Serica. I'm so excited. Not for me,
Oh.
for her. But that's just as fun for me.
What, you're just picking a colour of a Fiat 500?
Yeah, I've told her about this. Like, do you know what she wants? She wants a Defender.
What's a Defender?
A Land Rover Defender.
Yeah, on
Like a
your
big
on your
mirror.
road.
I know, that's what I said. It's like a
Covered
big,
in shit
she wants
and
like a big
BB
military
pellets.
Where have you parked? Tubruk.
I'm so excited. I love car shopping. And
Yeah.
she hasn't got a clue about cars.
What do you mean going?
What?
How'd you go car shopping? Did you just go online?
No, go to all the showrooms.
No. They're the worst. Do you remember,
Just go on
they come in
Auto
from a
Trader
diagonal?
and use all the showrooms in the country.
No, because on the Dock Road, there's Aldi, Mercedes, like all the showrooms are there. So you
Yeah,
get to
but
go.
you're not like doing Aldi middle aisle, are you? You're not, oh, I wonder what they've got. You're going for a car.
Yeah, but she doesn't know what she wants, so I'm going to show her all the
How do you not know what you want?
Because she's a woman. She doesn't know about cars.
Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa.
She said this. She went, listen, I'm a woman. I don't know about cars.
Wow.
And I was like, right, Saturday,
Oh.
all day, we're going to go in the Aldi garage. We're going to look. Oh, I'm so excited.
That's
What's
my
going to
idea of
happen
hell.
is I'm going to end up getting a new car, and that's kind of what's exciting me.
Do you know where I got my car from? Facebook.
Yeah, I got mine from Facebook.
what could possibly go wrong, Harry?
Oh,
So I got mine.
Red flag. Harry's just bought a car. The day before he got it, something went wrong, and we went, "That's a red flag. Don't buy the car." And he was like, "Oh no, I'm from Wigan. It'll be fine." And now the guy's ghosting him, and the car's not working.
It broke down off the lorry.
It wasn't on a lorry. We didn't afford a lorry. It was a fella from Fleetwood. He brought the car.
What, just towing it?
So he
World's Strongest Man event.
So the car had been at a farm for like 4 years. And
yeah,
no one touched it.
that's not a red flag.
And then-
Instant.
And then it got delivered at our house, taken off. It passed its MOT the day before, and there was like no battery. The battery didn't work.
And then you don't buy the car.
Yeah.
So then they got a new battery, and then they locked the keys in the car when the battery went in because the electrics were faulty. So then my dad was like, so I still hadn't seen the car at this point.
Of course you took your dad.
No, my dad
kick
did all
the
of it.
tyres and that.
I just gave him.
Yep, 4 of them.
I just gave him the $2,000 for the car, and then the car was fucked. Whatever. Then for about 3 weeks, I was driving it, but it was pissing oil everywhere. But I was like, it should be all right. Like it's not.
We'd
loads of
warned
oil.
them 5, 6,
You're
7
an
times
idiot.
easy.
And then it was getting quite. I went to Germany and came back, and the road was ruined. There was oil stains everywhere.
You would have been fucking. You would have been right on that WhatsApp group.
So I took,
It's like Mario Kart down here. Banana skins and aisle slicks. Mushrooms.
well, I took it to a garage. Bear in mind, I only spent $2,000 on the car, and they were like, "Yeah, it's going to be £700 to fix your engine."
He's essentially wrote the car off and he hasn't fucking driven it yet.
And I came in, and he was like, "Don't you dare tell me about your car," because everyone told me not to get it. But it runs great.
It's
Which
a great
doesn't
run.
sound like
No,
it runs great.
It's fixed now. It doesn't piss oil everywhere.
Yeah, but you've had to pay that.
It's essentially
Yeah.
a $3,000 car now. Yeah, it is.
No, because he gave me a bit of money off for the hassle of
How much did he give you off?
200 quid.
Rather, that's
For the hassle of dropping it off?
No, it
just a
wasn't that-
lad from Fleetwood with a car on his back.
No, he was like 70.
It's it's the most red flags I've ever. It's like being at a
It
red
runs great.
flag.
It's got a 6.
It's like being at a Liverpool match.
Yes, it is such a tricky analogy. Like being in a red flag factory.
I couldn't think of a team that wore red.
Like it's a Chinese government official, you know.
That's a good one, that.
Yeah.
It's like being in a Russian roulette when it's all on red and there's a flag.
Well,
It's got a 6 CD player though.
Are you what? And that was the selling point.
It's pretty cool. I've got
It's
Lady
not.
Smith Blackman Bazo.
Shorts cool. Apple plate.
What did you just say? You've got Lady Smith Blackman Basil.
It's like
but
a-
10 songs.
It's like a South African.
Yeah, we know who Lady.
Oh, I didn't
Lady
know who
Smith.
they
Yeah,
were.
yeah, but you're not even
What, did
saying
that
it right.
come with
You're
a
making
car?
No, that's what he's listening
Who the
to.
fuck's Black Mambazo?
Lady
He's
Smith
made-
Blackman Bazo.
I don't know what
Like
that
a,
is.
Yeah, no one knows who it is because he's saying it wrong.
Is that-
Lady Smith Blackman Baza. Is
it's-
it?
I thought it was an M.
Bazo? You're
Bazo?
saying it so
Have you got
well.
Johnny
It's
Cash in there?
unbelievable.
I have got Johnny Cash in there.
Johnny Kashish.
I've got Johnny Cash. I've
It's all
got
knockoff songs. He was like, no, they're good, them.
Joni Cash.
bit of
Johnny Cash.
Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra.
Pez. Pez names.
Yeah, it's great. And it shuffles like a jukebox.
Shania Twain.
So like,
Are you?
Fuck me,
are you
Harry.
what have you run yourself over like the fucking guy from E17?
It's the most Wigan thing, and it's got 4 wheels, and it goes sometimes, and it's 6 CDs, and I can change them without having to bite them or nothing.
it's got more CDs in it than gears. Sick.
Wow, my
love
dick
it.
just got a little bit hard. We need a break, boys.
That's how he picks women up. Got more CDs than gays, if you know what I mean.
I've got more CDs than convictions. Get in the back.
Lids, do us a favour, yeah? You love us, don't you? You love this podcast. That's why you're listening to it. And especially if you're watching on YouTube, helps us immeasurably. If you go and leave a comment, like, subscribe, and turn the bell on, it sends us through the roof with the algorithm. It costs you absolutely nothing apart from half a second of your life and helps us no end. And you can follow us on socials, can't you, Dan?
Dude, yeah, Have a Word Pod. I nearly said my handle then. Have a Word Pod. Just give us a follow and comment, and don't just like something. Retweet it, share it, put it on your stories.
Just be sound.
Yeah,
Costs
be a-
nothing to be nice.
Be a good egg.
Oh
my God.
That's a cute doggy.
That's a whole cute dog, bro. Oh, baby.
See a little bum down. That's weird for audio, isn't it?
Sit your little bum down.
See a
I
little,
fear,
see a
if
little
you're
bum down.
listening on the audio, Brennan's dog's in, and it's half the size of the dog you're thinking. At least.
That is a cute doggy.
This is the question I get asked from Have a Word fans more than
Are you
I
still
get asked
sharing the dog?
3 questions. What's Ellie Goulding's fanny like? That's number 3. In at number 3 is that.
Expensive.
Number
Expensive.
3, Ellie Goulding.
Expensive after the CBeebies incident.
Yeah, Spenny. Number 2, people just shout, "You suck your own dick." I go, "Thank you."
So I met fans on holiday, and we were speaking about you. I don't know why. It was like a
Don't know why.
no. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know why you came up, but their first question was the Ellie Goulding thing, and then the second thing they said was, "Can't believe he sucked his own." Like, genuinely, that's what she is. So
And then number 1 is, do you still share the dog?
Yeah.
I mean,
do you?
Clearly still share the dog.
she doesn't look real.
Although,
Oh, my God. Look how chilled out she is.
she's just like a fucking draft excluder.
That is so cute.
Like,
Wallace
can
is
fuck a
cute,
bit.
but he's he likes to move.
Do you get nervous because is it Scruff?
Yeah.
Scruff's a small lady dog. You know, in the park, if a big dog comes up and
Oh,
has
yeah.
a sniff, like a sexy sniff, you're like, you could kill my dog with your dick.
Yeah, Scruff looks at me and I go, "You're on your own, mate. You are. There's nothing you are a fleshlight now." But she's pretty, like, if someone comes sniffing around a fanny, because it's a bit of an outie fanny.
Bulbous.
It's like fortune cookie-esque.
Oh,
Like someone's just stuck one on.
tasty.
So if any tasty, yeah, and educational,
Yeah, it's got
aspirational,
something inside.
yeah, a womb. And she'll take care of herself if a dog tries to throw one up her
What, you'll wank yourself off? I'll take care of myself.
with a paw. No, she can lick her own fanny. I thought it skips a generation, but we've got it.
Shall we do some icks?
Yes.
Yeah.
We've got jingles being made, haven't we? Because we need it, but can someone do the, brother, what's that?
I've never seen that video. Someone messaged me and said, use this for the icks. And then I watched
brother,
it.
have you never seen it?
No?
No, and then he said, can you make sure I get credit? But unfortunately, it was already a thing.
Yeah, and also that's not how it works.
What vibe you going for? Like, how do you do? Do you like pick
brother.
off what you
It's
like pick a
already
genre?
it's a bit Instagram, TikTok hack already. Anyway, we're doing some icks.
We're doing them mix and show us your dicks. I want to see your little nips. Ah, there you go.
That's it.
Wow.
Soulful.
Chris says, ick. My sister went on a date with a lad in the taxi on the way to the restaurant. His seatbelt got jammed and the taxi driver had to help him get out. She had the ick the whole date. That's understandable.
One of the first times I met my mate's girlfriend, I had a black eye and she had to buckle me in.
Why?
What, because she's doing it with your eye?
You know, because I couldn't see. I couldn't see where it was
Depth
going.
perception, you like.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All
I was
over
also
the
like
shop.
definitely concussed, but I was like, she had
Was
to
that from
buckle me in.
jiu-jitsu or?
No, I got kicked in the face in goal.
Yeah, he
Football.
was slagging off for me mates, my sister's mate at Alanis Morissette concert, got booted in the
Ballerina.
face.
Yeah, whenever you have to get like a dad-style bit of help on a date, it's the pom-pom is dry.
Loads of that, like push on a pull door, don't go to Alton Towers because like there's someone has to strap you in.
Yeah.
And especially if you're a fatty, you have to go on the end on ripsaw. Do you know like that when they go you and you to the end?
Really?
Yeah.
Is that the rules?
You have big fat ones?
No fatties at the front?
One of my friends, Fat Jenny, right, she's awesome, but she's dead fat. And she is.
Ah, let Jenny sorry, Scruff, darling. Sorry.
Jenny,
We get a bit loud sometimes.
Put the Pringles down, Van Balen. She's going Disneyland, Disney World, whichever the one. And she's on a crash diet for 6 months because she can't get on some of the rides.
Where
at the
is it?
minute.
Is it in Florida?
Yeah.
Disney World.
But that's like America fat.
Yeah, she looked thin over there.
Yeah, but she can't get on. So she said she can't go on the Tron ride because she said some of her hips will get jammed in the bit.
I got so many hips.
If you can't get on rides at a theme park, I wouldn't go.
No, you wouldn't.
I'd be like, I'm not even going to risk the embarrassment of you. Like, you know, the height, they should like, they got like a width one. If you're fatter than this, you can't ride.
I once got stuck in a jumper because I've put on a bit of weight in a shop, and that was hard enough.
Oh my God.
Honest to God, I was this tiny little. I bought this Adidas vintage jumper, right? And I got in it, and I was like, tried to take it off, and there was only me and the guy in the shop in Affleck's Palace, Goth Paradise. And I was
Tits out everywhere.
I was like in the thing, and I went, oh fuck,
Peekaboo.
oh shit. So I tried to pull it out with a sleeve, and the sleeve ripped, and I saw the guy looking at me, and I went, I'm gonna have to pay for this. Like literally, mouth like, I'm gonna have to pay for this.
Here's the money. Cut it off me.
Feed the money to the hole.
Can you take the tag off? I'll be wearing it home.
Mate, you're definitely not a medium, you. Fat Jenny, does she know she gets called Fat Jenny?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
She does now.
PH though.
Oh.
Nah, she's-
So it's empowering.
No, she's F. She's always been big, but she knows she's Fat Jenny.
Yeah.
But we don't know any other Jennies. We could just call her Jenny. That's the sad thing about
There's
it.
like 4 Jennies you need to, you know.
Lucy says, icks, men with long fingernails. Lucy, it's well trodden, but absolutely. I don't give a fuck if you're a guitarist. You can play flamenco guitar all you want. Like, it's for picking. You're like,
Yeah,
you
get a
look
pick.
like a
The
fucking
least-
wizardy nonce.
The least sexy thing is when people who grow their little fingernail long for their job.
Ooh, for the job.
What's the job?
I've
Child
seen,
catching.
Come here, child.
Coke deliverer.
I've seen.
Oh, that's the only acceptable long list.
Oh, now we're back on his phone.
Is it barbers? I think I've seen like where he's with a for like opening paint pots and I don't know.
What? What?
I don't know what
That is not what they're doing.
Fucking rhino horn fingernail. That is gross.
Oh, you could I think the only acceptable way for a tradie to have a long fingernail is if it's got the measurements on it and you just stretch it out to measure.
It's a measuring tape. 6 meters. That.
I don't care how long your fingernails are. No, I do. There is a limit, but any fingernail length where you've got dirt under your fingernails.
Yeah.
Occasionally,
what
though.
are we doing? What are we doing that you're not clocking it?
But do you ever have one day, like sometimes...
What are we doing?
You go...
I just thought, mate, I've literally looked across at ROWE and gone, you need to clean your fingernails, you fucking scruff.
Do you never get one, though? Like, you're just going about your business and you're like, whoa, it looks like my fucking finger's been underlined. It's like, just one, and you just go, what have I been doing? You get rid of it instantly, but...
I don't know, it's horrible.
There's some rock stars that would grow their fingernails out so they could snort drugs off them.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Just different.
Anyone who says Pacifically instead of specifically, yes, Lucy, you're right.
That is stupid people, innit?
That's, yeah.
But I think grow up, because you know what they're saying. It's like when people are like, it's Y-O-U, apostrophe R-E, you're like, I mean you're...
No, that's not in speech. You can't...
Yeah, it is.
Who does... You're... No,
there.
I will...
There.
On. You
There.
can't. No, you... loads of spelling mistakes. Unironic. Like, that would give me a bit of an ick.
Would it?
Yeah.
A little bit.
If someone texts me and says, oh, you're so fit, and it's the wrong you're, I'll be like...
If it's in sexting,
no.
then I'm like...
I'll be like
if they're talking about like, oh yeah, it's their thing, and they spell it There, I don't know. I know I'm being.
I'm out.
I know. Yeah. I expect you to be because you are a word nonce, but I see it as well. I was seeing a girl who spoke. She was a. Thanks, mate.
That's so good.
Fucking hell.
It was
What school did she go to?
It was probably. Were we mates when I had a flat in Didsbury on my own, or did you? When did you turn up in stand up? About 2010.
Yeah.
It would have been about then. She was older. She had a job, but she got some bar shifts. I'm saying older. She was probably like 30 at the time, and I was about 28 maybe. And we got on pretty well, but she was a bit feisty. Do you know what I mean?
Mank.
Like, it was a weird thing in Manchester because you'd go out loads, but you wouldn't meet loads of manx. Like, we knew a lot of people who were students, and there was a lot of graduates, and we'd go out, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's an actual proper 0161
Money on the map, mate.
like, and they'd be like, yeah, I'm from fucking Gorton or Urmston, Bleakley.
Garton. They're all beginning O-N, Ashton, Denton.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, she was. There was a point where we like saw each other a bit, slept together a couple of times, and we were messaging. And
bastard,
You love it, you know.
we
Fucking Andy
it was
Burnham.
great. And she messaged me, and it was maybe
Manchester
like the
Bean,
10th message we got either way, and it was fucking gobbledygook. No, yeah, she. I just couldn't. It just. I had to go. Please, I can't understand what you mean. Like, there was always you are.
You are.
Everything, but this,
It's actually
like,
you, apostrophe R-E.
so condensed, so I didn't know what was going on. Like, it wasn't like I'm 43 now, so maybe I'd miss it, but I was 28. It wasn't like I was fucking completely out of it. I was like, I can't read your messages.
You're busting out ASLs, BRBs, WTFs.
LMAO.
I binned her off.
LMAFO.
I binned her off. Like, maybe a couple of weeks later, I was like, I don't see it going
You
anywhere.
can't spell, babe.
She went, I let you ride me bareback.
I let you read me, babe.
Actually, sorry, I think I spoke too.
So I've been going through a hard time.
Fucking hell, I thought you was special.
Did she spell bear right, or was it like the animal? Bareback. What?
I'm back like the fucking composer.
Bareback. I let you ride me bareback.
Look at all my records. I remember once getting with a girl in my 20s who was from Salford, and that was an ick because we were getting on it together in a sexual manner.
Wow.
And then she went, snort some ding up my arsehole.
What's that mean?
What?
Or no, blow some ding up my arsehole.
Blow some ching-chingling?
Yeah.
I never did the bumhole coke.
Well, I didn't.
I would love
As in like
to.
DiCaprio in...
Yeah. You can't with paper straws.
Fuck the turtles.
Yeah.
How does it work, though?
You blow lemon up their ass?
Yeah, I know you blow lemon up their ass, but it's not like a fucking magic potion. Like,
No, up a straw, isn't it?
Oh, it's straw.
Like Ricky the Steamboat Dragon.
But it's not. How are you getting a plastic straw? If you've ever put a Mackie D's old school plastic straw with cocaine up a girl's bum, that is a scratchy insert.
I think it's a milk primary school straw.
Do
you know what the blue ones? And you have to pierce it like Capri Sun straw. And you're like, up the ass.
Yeah.
Can't get it.
I know she's dirty. She's got Ribena cartons everywhere.
We've got
no straws.
We've got glass straws at home, so that'll be great for her.
Because Serica loves coke up her ass.
Do you know what I do? I put in a sports cap and just.
You just had to say no.
No.
No, she doesn't.
Oh, God.
Thanks for clarifying. Why have you got glass straws?
Because Serica loves a drink with ice and straws.
Yeah, but what about a metal one?
Because glass is better.
So hang on. You've got the coke in the straw, and then you've inserted what, like an inch into. No.
How are you putting it in the straw?
Because you don't want coke on your bumhole. I'm fascinated by it. By the way,
What, like a margarita?
If a girl from Salford had said, put some ding on my bumhole, I would have been down there snuffling for truffles going, we'll find the apparatus, mate.
I didn't know what to do.
A pipette.
Did you have coke?
I didn't. She did.
What?
I think I was meant to bring a straw.
Have you got your straw, son?
That's it.
If I didn't have a straw.
Stick some coke up my ass. I don't even do
You can't
it.
say that back. Put some ding up my arsehole, but I haven't got a straw.
Have you brought the receptacle?
Ding.
Ding.
Is that what we're calling it?
Did she not mean cock?
Did she say something?
No, she said ding. With 9 A's. Eyes. Ding.
9 A's, ding ah.
Ding. Ding. Yeah, like a dial-up connection.
Put some ding up my
ah.
arsehole, mate.
Oh, okay. Anyone does a head wobble, we have to cut it out. Luke says...
I've got a nick, by the way, with words.
Go.
I found out how Americans say niche last night.
Yeah,
Niche.
Yeah. I hate how they say caramel as well.
Have you heard how they say
How did they say
herb?
Caramel.
They say caramel.
Caramel.
I hate how they say Craig. They
Craggy.
say Craig.
Greg.
They say like Craig.
Like Greg.
Yeah, Craig, they say.
They say herb as well.
Say- like herbs. And basil.
Yeah, fuck them. I hate them. Soz. I love you, Jilly, but you know, everyone else will get fucked.
She's sick.
Yeah,
She's so nice.
wonderful woman.
Luke says, now then, Liz, I went on a
went
date
weird.
with a girl and she went over to a big group of lads to ask them for a cig. Instant ick. Feels like the same boat as when a girl hugs the bouncers.
Oh, yeah. If you're on a date and a girl hugs the bouncer, ring a taxi and go home.
Yeah.
She's been getting
Put your
raw.
straw away and go home.
I don't know, Luke. Just, end of the world asking for a cig? I mean, for Carl, the fact that you smoke
Bumming a
is-
cig. I think the equal fingers like a girl hugging a bouncer is a man going boss man to about like shaking people's hands.
But if you're going over and bumming a fag, it's like, what are you doing? Like, you can't be asked. What?
Let's move on because we all know what
You
Carl's
are.
getting at. Jack McGuigan says, my ick is when girls don't wear the same brand socks as their trainers. Like a lass showing up with unreal Nikes on and has stinking Adidas socks on with them.
What? Where do you go?
Jack.
She's got what?
Jack, you have got some form of Foot Locker OCD and you need to let it go.
Also, what?
I get it if it's Donne. If she's wearing Donne, but it's just Donne socks, isn't it? She's got Donne socks.
Where's he
And
going, mate? She's wearing like...
No, I don't care how fit you are. If you turn up and you're slashing your black sports socks, no one looks
pulled
good.
high, or just
But
footy
if,
socks.
if this girl that Jack McGuigan's got a problem with is cute, sound, she's not bumming fags, do you know what I mean? If she is so sound and fit, you are telling me you're like, oh my God, girl, get the fuck out of my sight.
Crossbreeding.
Adidas socks with fucking Puma.
Oh, if she's got Pumas on, go home anyway.
No, nothing wrong with Puma.
No.
Like,
There's
fucking
some
hell.
cool Pumas.
Nothing
Pumas
wrong
out.
with a good Puma.
They're
No, there's
sturdy.
some cool
They've got a
Pumas.
nice instep.
The way you said it, though.
They come in a range of colours.
There's nothing wrong with a good Puma.
Hang on. I want the.
I remember back in the day, all of this was Pumas.
No Tesco, only Pumas.
I want the definitive ruling on what trainers are ick.
Where's
I'm
the gauge?
I'm sure there's some sound like New Balance. There's some nice great balance.
Belter.
Lonsdale.
Oh,
Lonnie's, yeah.
Like
Gonna
you
be a
didn't even need
boxer.
to say it.
What are we saying about Crocs?
I don't like how people unironically think they're cool. They're not. They still look horrible.
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh, I wear Crocs out because, you know, they're meant to be ugly, but I don't care. They're still ugly.
Girls in goalers.
It sounds like a film.
What, you went fucking
Girls
taekwondo
playing
competition
To be fair
or
to
what?
Goaler, a few years ago they brought out a more indie sort of band trainer that wasn't as
The
bad.
retro bags.
If I wore gold in this workplace,
Oh yeah, because it'd be Adam. It breaks the
ju-
rules,
oh,
the secret rules that no one will ever see. They've been
Goaler.
handed down from Scouser to Scouser.
I'd never wear Puma.
You can't wear Adidas and be a Scouser. That's a fucking fact.
Have you ever seen me wear Adidas shoes? Ever?
No, it's the way you're like, no Scouser wears Adidas anything.
Why?
We say Adidas for starters. There's just some unwritten rules like
And,
Adidas web stinks.
and I
man.
went, so I go out there to like a shop where it sells Adidas and there's people wearing Adidas. Yeah, they're not from fucking Liverpool. They're Wolves.
But like Adidas, what are they called? The ones that are in at the minute?
Sambas.
Sambas.
What Rishi Sunak wore?
Yeah, but he didn't make them cool.
No, he made them uncool.
What about Yeezys?
They're dead now, aren't they?
No, but when they were, was that non-Scouts as well?
No, because they weren't necessarily Adidas, were they? I mean, they were, but
All right, cool. So technically, you're out of that.
I make the
Yeah,
rules.
yeah. Okay, cool.
Sorry, there's not lads walking around in fucking.
Puma. I've seen some cute girls could wear Pumas.
Yeah.
And it would not be a problem. They've got some cool.
Oh, I
shit.
think girls can wear a lot more than men.
What about Reebok?
Saying that, Seneca's
I like
got lovely
Reebok
pair of
Classics.
Yes, girls in like that's
Yeah.
a girl shoe.
Seneca's got lovely Reeboks.
The UFC,
she has, I've
the
seen them.
UFC era, the UFC era Reebok logo, not for me.
Oh no, that stinks. Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
What about Under Armour trainers?
No,
Scouts lads love them.
The minging.
on girls.
No. I
We're
mean, like,
doing Ix, aren't we?
oh, on girls. Oh, girls can wear anything.
What about
All
the feeler
boys?
stompers?
No, they
All
can't.
boys.
There's not much the girl couldn't get away with compared to a boy.
Barefoot.
Yeah, I love feet.
Like Diana Vickers style.
Does she not wear shoes?
No, not on the X Factor.
Have you seen that Australians don't wear shoes and they walk around the streets?
Yeah.
Do you know what holiday? Listen to this. We're on the beach, and John, you're gonna pay for your bed, like the.
Are you trying to describe a hotel?
The sun lounge? And a fella comes around and goes cash only. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. I was like, right, where's the cash point? He went, it's up there. So I was like, right, I think he means on the beach. So I've only got my shorts on, so I walk off the beach, and then I walk through this like arcade with like restaurants and shops. It isn't here. And I just walk into the town. I've only got shorts on. And
28 days later.
like I look like a freak. I'm just in.
All of a sudden, I'm in Warrington.
And then so I ring Serica. I'm like, right, I don't know where the cash point is. I'm gonna come back and whatever. And as I'm doing that, this car pulls up, blue and white car, and this fella's like, and I thought it was a taxi, like ushering me in, and I went, no mate, you're all right, no. And I'm on the phone, and he's going, I'm like, lad, I'm all right, don't worry. Fucking hell. And he did it again. I was like, what? And he went, put his shirt on, and it said on the side, police.
Police put a shirt on.
And I was basically going, fuck off. And I was like, oh yeah.
Carl, what's the? This is in Spain.
It was like a small, it didn't look like a police car.
It literally says Policia.
No, it didn't. It was like,
Oh. I nearly knocked under the table then. It was Bolivia.
I've spent some time.
Cerveza, please, policia.
I asked for a.
Two beers.
I
from
asked
the
for a
police.
beer on holiday. I went, can I have a Dos Estrella Galicia? Laura went, he's not going to suck you off. He's not going to go, oh my God, you speak the language.
That give me the.
Yeah, absolutely.
Serica knows no Spanish, none, and she's a bit silly sometimes, and she didn't know what.
Great pair of Reeboks on her, though.
Yeah. Nice
She
high
didn't know
tops.
what thank you meant, so she said "hola" to the guy in the shop. He gave us whatever, and she went "hola," and I was like. And I walked out and went, why have you just said hello to the guy? I said, what?
It's the only
Hola.
The only word you need for the whole holiday, really, is thank you.
Gracias.
How many times, when we were in Portugal, Laura's like, say obrigado one more fucking time. I was like, then I started leaning into obrigado, obrigado. And then Etta started doing it. It's like, obrigado. I love
She
it.
basically went, here's your things, and she went, hello.
Hello. Really informal.
Yeah.
Estrella Galicia.
Yeah, I basically told the police to fuck off like 4 times. I was like, oh shit.
Did they just think,
He
What
just
did
thought
they-
I was being a rude Englishman.
I don't
Which
think
you
he
were.
thought you were being English. I think he saw you and went, oh, it's just one of our homeless guys.
I look so stupid. I was just in the town with only shorts on.
He's one of ours.
It is mad the same people that would walk through like Benidorm with no top on and some shorts and get annoyed are the same ones that I get annoyed about like people wearing hijabs over it. Do you know what I mean? Like, no, it's not what we wear. And then they'll walk through Benidorm looking like they're about to do the fucking 100-meter swim.
We wear nothing. There's a guy in the airport going, oh, during the plane was delayed. Oh, of course, it's a foreigner. And then he went,
What?
and he went, lad, you're a foreigner. We're in a foreign country, you'd have cunt. He's like, oh, of course. Yeah, he was horrible. Of course, it's a foreigner.
Fucking bellend.
I was like, we're foreigners. We don't live here. He wasn't a foreigner. He lived there. He was Spanish.
Did I tell you what happened when I went to Australia, where 2 flights, the flight from Manchester to Dubai or whatever, and there was a woman sat in my seat, and like a woman from the Middle East. Yeah.
Whoa.
And I went, oh, I'm sat here, and she like pointed to a middle seat, and I was like, not for 7 hours, mate. I was like, I'm there. She gets up, move her, and then she sits in someone else's seat, and she wouldn't sit next to me because I was a white guy, but I didn't know this. And the flight's about to take off, and she's going, like, it was in whatever language.
Don't do it.
English
it was, yeah. But I couldn't understand it. So, and she was going, and the woman's like the air hostess is going, no, you have to sit down. And she's going, like sort of spitting at me. And then people are like now sort of going behind the seats trying to look at what I've done. A man had to fucking move because she didn't want to sit next to me.
What have you
done? I was fucking well embarrassed.
Hang on. Did that leave an empty seat?
No, I thought it was going to.
Oh.
I've been made up.
I would love someone to be racist towards me if it meant I had an empty seat next to me.
She was yelling, and then
I ain't sitting next to no honking motherfucker. See you, Fat Jenny.
I'll be shaving my head. Like.
Fat Jenny, don't do that shit. Oh, yes. Fat Jenny talking about being from America and being black, and then talking about herself in the third person. Fat Jenny can wear Puma all she wants. And I'm taking them off on the flight. And I ain't sitting this honky ass motherfucker.
Fat Jenny needs 2 seats though, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah. Fat Jenny needs a whole plane. Well, it's the only thing that fucking messes with Scruff.
Oh, she's so. She's the cutest thing.
Oh, that's a nice doggy.
Do you want to know one of my icks?
Go on.
Do you know when girls think they look nice, but they've not straightened that little bit of the back, that little mane, and it's like all curly?
You should tell them.
I just want to yank it. It's minging. It's minging.
Right, one last ick. Noah 8 says, an ick I got was a girl I was talking to was reading the Katie Price autobiography. It was the first book she decided to read since school and told me thinking it would impress me. I couldn't see anyone who unironically thinks Katie Price's autobiography is a good book.
She's got nice Reeboks though.
Absolute set of Reeboks on her.
Autobiographies are fine, just whatever. If you're interested in that person, like don't judge someone by what they're interested in. I don't know. That's a bit weird.
Yeah, I love my wife dearly. She reads some shite.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly.
Like what?
She watches some shite. Like, there is a point where you have to be like, we're into different stuff.
Exactly.
She loves the Kardashians. She's so
Really?
into it, loves it. What is the point of me? Like, there has to be a point with the icks where you have to accept you're a bald, overweight, 43-year-old guy.
Just fine, isn't it?
You know.
If you like Katie Price, I mean, she's not my cup of tea, but read her book if you want. You're not going to learn much.
She's got 5 books, you know.
Has she? Yeah.
5.
She knocks him
More
out.
books than
She knocks him out.
Busy life.
She's got less books than husbands.
She's got big tits as well.
She's
Reeboks.
got big
Reebok,
children
yeah.
as well.
Reeboks.
She's got big.
Harvey's a fucking specimen, isn't
If that's the word we're picking,
He can't stop growing, can he?
he? He's.
can't stop growing.
Like Andrew the
Can I
Giant.
just say about
like a
Katie Price?
beanstalk.
You can say whatever you want about Kate. Fair enough. She gets loads of stick. It's almost too
Oh,
easy.
yeah. Are we
She's
calling that-
She's she's a good
Loads of
mum to
dick,
that
loads
kid.
of dick.
She's got a kid with a disability.
100%.
Her whole life seems to be
And she's got
the
other
focus
kids.
of it. And he's given us the meme of the century. Ah, what a day.
What a day.
She's so
clearly
committed
a
to
good
it.
mum.
Yeah, man.
To look after.
You might.
And a good writer.
Yeah.
Look how many books she's written. She's written like
I don't think she's
25
written
books.
any. I think
No.
she's
Katie
spoken
Price's
to someone.
Perfect Pony.
What? Katie Price's Perfect Pony?
Yeah,
bum
she's
out.
got like she's got like children's books.
How old's Harvey? I must be mid-20s now. Like, she's dedicated a lot of time to this kid.
She's actually, yeah. She writes under pseudonyms as well.
Who's she?
She's Terry Pratchett.
Pseudonym.
Karl Marx.
How old is he?
She wrote the Communist Manifesto.
He's 22.
What do you reckon he does?
That's such a weird angle to go as a comedian with the Harvey Price thing. If there's people who don't like me, and I imagine there's a few, that is the epitome of it. I've gone for the Harvey Price thing. I go, she's a good mum. Like, fucking hell, Nightingale pulls no punches.
It's like you're in the Iceland fucking PR team where you're like, yep, she's great. She looks after him.
His dad's a
Dan shite.
bagger as well.
Who's his dad? Dwight York.
Bagger, mate?
Is it?
Yeah. He's got an eye for goal. Both
Curl
of them.
one in.
Both of them. Right, do the next one quick.
That's it. I can't follow Katie Price.
It's hack to mention Harvey when Katie Price gets brought up. Like,
What are her other kids called?
She's got one
Princess.
daughter,
Raphael,
Princess.
Donatello.
Princess Tiami, Crystal, Esther, Andre, Price.
That's
no,
one.
No, there's no Price.
They're
at
their
the end.
perfumes.
That's
Harvey.
Prince.
Harvey
Her
like
name-
Katie.
Yeah.
Her name
Smells
is
like lasagna.
Princess Tiami.
You might as well call it
Crystal,
50%
Esther,
off, half your price.
But that's Peter Andre's daughter.
Right, we're getting
There you
into
go.
dangerous worlds here.
There you go, everyone. Let's have a break. Hello, everyone. Now it's time to talk about my absolute favourite sponsor. It's manscaped.com.
Our longest standing partner. They've supported us from day dot, and the reason they keep coming is because the people who listen to this podcast know they're the best in men's below and above the belt grooming now. Not only can you do your balls, your penis, all the pubes down there, all over your body, your face, and it's time to get the summer body you need. Having a summer bod now, not about having a six-pack. It's about having trimmed pubes. You're going to get sucked off a lot more if you trim your pubes. Isn't that right, Dan?
Oh, yeah. The Performance Package 5.0 is the one with the Lawnmower 5.0, the niftiest bit of kit for shaving all them pubes. You're going on the beach, you don't want to have them little spiders hanging out the side. Sort your pubes out for the beach, boy.
20% off and free shipping worldwide with the promo code WORD20. And it's not just this stuff. They've got undies you can buy. They've got the ball deodorants. They've got the crop preserver. They do all the products you need to get yourself ready for the summer. You're going to have sweaty balls. Doesn't matter when it smells like fucking joy down there, mate. Oh, yeah. Manscaped.com. The best in men's grooming on the planet for a reason. Because it's good stuff.
It is, yeah.
That's awful.
Fucking breathing space. Ladies and gents, the legend himself, Mr. John Lynn is here. Oh, Johnny Lynn.
The amount of times we've done your voice and said we need John Lynn on the couch is easy in dozens.
Well, my phone was working the whole time, boys. Not a word.
You live in Australia,
not a word.
don't
Yeah, I would have flown here direct just for you, boys.
Well, hang on. Why am I getting you on Instagram these days? What happened there? Have you got an Aussie phone all of a sudden?
Yeah.
All right,
An Aussie
okay.
phone. Yeah. Because I didn't use the UK one for 6 months over COVID, and when I got back, they deleted it.
Right.
So the number was up for being repurposed.
If you don't use it for 6 months, it just goes back into the ether and gets, sent out to somebody else.
I definitely did have your number for a while because I remember you whinging about you were seeing someone at the time and they were like,
Whinging.
Man, if I
love
don't
whinging.
put at least 3 kisses on the end of a message, she goes fucking mental. So
Yeah.
every message between me and John for a while had at least like 40 fucking kisses. See you later. When are we meeting at the pub? Kiss, 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 kiss.
My phone started doing I put in 1 kiss and it would provide 24 for the end of the text. That's how often I was doing it. Like the phone
autocorrect.
actually went, we need to help this guy with this bullshit. And that's, you remember that girl,
Yeah?
the tall blonde one,
Yeah, she's a nice girl.
She was a lovely girl, man. She was like an absolute goddess, a lady, but
I knew that pub was coming.
oh man, she was. But like, it's funny actually. I knew that wasn't going to work out for a while because every time I went away, she'd be like, I'd be going to LA for 3 months to do pilot season and all that shit, and she'd be crying at the airport, at the gate, bawling her eyes out, and I'd be ringing her, lying on the phone, like I'm out at a party hanging out. I've just done the improv. I'm having the time of my life, and I'm like buzzing, full of the joys. And then I'd call her, and I'd have to be, oh, it's really hard over here, baby. I'm doing my best. You know what I mean? And this kept going on for ages. And she said to me, look, this isn't working for me. Been with someone who's away all the time. I want my man to be here, and you got to decide you're going to be away. You're going to keep doing this. And man, and I was like mad into her, but I was like, I'm not giving this up just to sit in the flat with you, love. You know what I mean? And she
John, where are you? I want my man to be here.
Texted her that with 24 kisses.
well, she'd given me the ultimatum, and I was away. I think I was doing that store run in Dubai, and I kept just thinking of her. One whole day, I was thinking of her all day, and I was like, man, she's in your thoughts the whole time. You've got to end this. She's an amazing woman, but this just isn't right. So you got to end it. And all day. And I woke up that morning, she's in my head again. I said, right, I'm just going to do it. If I fly back there and I meet her physically, I'm not going to be able to do it because I'm a wimp, I'm a coward. So when I'm going to ring her right now, so I rung her up. I said, baby, I've been thinking about what you said, and you're right. Well, this doesn't work, you know what I mean? I'm away all the time. You need someone there. I think we should end it. And she burst into tears, like real hysterical. And she wasn't like that. And I said, listen, I said, you gave me the ultimatum. Why are you so upset about it? I thought we're talking about this. And she said, I know, it's just, I didn't expect you to call me and dump me on my birthday. Oh. And then I was like, oh, that's why I've been thinking about her all day. And it was April the 1st. And I went, how do you forget that, man? How do you forget April the 1st? And she's crying, and then I took a moment and I went, only joking, I'm taking you to Spain.
Oh my God.
April Fools.
April Fools. And put down the phone, and I had to book a $5,000 holiday that would have cost about 1,500 too, and tell her I'd booked it 3 months before that, and we were together for another 2 years. That's who you're dealing with here. That's cowardice, boys. That's cowardice.
I love when you talk about a partner that you sort of look off into the distance like a D-Day veteran. You're just like, oh, the blonde. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, because turns out it was a mistake.
Surely you can't struggle with the ladies with that hair, that mustache, and that voice, though.
Mate, this mustache is this. So I'm up for a part, right? And they told me they'd let me know yesterday because I said to me, I said, listen, I'm on this have a word thing. And I said, if I arrive there with a full tash, these boys are just going to rip the piss out of me for the whole time. And she said, oh, we'll let you know. But this is the difference between Ireland and England because I'm walking around Dublin with this. And the shit I'm getting, I walked into the Long Hall pub on Monday and this old man's at the bar reading the paper and he just looks up and goes, Jesus, it's fucking Magnum PI. And put the newspaper back up. Didn't even wait for a response. You know what I mean? I've gotten the whole Escobar shit. I've gotten the whole...
Just for the audio listeners, John, like, if John time traveled 50 years back in time right now, he would be so sound. Yeah. Like, there would be no need
Miami, fucking, yeah.
Yeah, I got me dad's 1955 Waltham on too. This watch was, me dad was in America labouring like years ago in the summers, and his uncle gave him this watch. It's not expensive, it's the most mass-produced watch in the world, but I thought my dad was sentimental about it, right? And he was having a few money problems, and I noticed the watch was sitting in a drawer, and I said to my mother, that watch is in the drawer, what's wrong with it? My mother says, oh, it broke, and your dad brought it to someone, says it costs about 3 times what the watch is worth to fix it, so he's just letting it go. And I went, I just can't afford it, the poor fucker, you know. So I went, took the watch, sent it to a mate of mine who's a photographer in Sweden, because they still have watchmakers there. Dude fixed it up, sent it back, and I handed it to my dad, and he opened it, and I said, I got your watch fixed for you, Dad. And he looked at me, he went, what did this cost? And I told him, and he said, you fucking idiot, it's worth $25 of that. This is why I worry about you. You're going to end up as a fucking pauper. And he walked out the door and didn't speak to me for about 2 days.
Do you know what you should have done with the ex? Got her a watch.
What's the park, can you say?
I can't say, or I'll be in,
Right, okay.
Is it Hollywood? Or is it?
It's, I can say it's Netflix. Listen, man, it'll be a game changer for me if I get it. If not, I'll be crying, shaving off this tash.
Is it a period?
Tears melding into me tash.
I'm guessing it's like period thing.
Yeah. Set in the 80s, yeah. Or else it's like a Village People documentary.
You're playing all the parts, Nutty Professor.
You want to see me doing those uniform changes. It's unbelievable. It's like, Lady Gaga.
You pull it off. If I was walking around with that, I'd look like a sort of porn intern. But you look.
Yeah.
Oh, you're nailing it.
You look fit.
You're nailing it.
Thanks, boys.
Yeah, it's annoying. It
after all the years, that is the nicest thing you fellas have ever said.
How's LA? What's the? Because you go back and forth.
I do. Yeah. Oh man, LA was man. It's great over there, but it is so hard. You're going for auditions and, you might think you're hot shit over here. There's 10 people going for an audition and you're like, okay, they're great, but that gives me a 1 out of 10 chance. Over there, It's like 600 people going. What? And 590 of them are brilliant. And LA is, man, it's tough going. Do you want it? The closest I got to Leonardo DiCaprio, I helped a mate of mine, a photographer. He said to me, my assistant hasn't shown up. He said, I need someone just to move the lights around and, you know what I mean, get us tea and all that. I said, grand. So he'd lent me his flat for a few weeks. So there I am, and I got talking to this model lass. And you meet a lot of models in LA. A lot of them are vacuous idiots, but this lass was class. Came out from the Midwest, and real just normal girl, stunningly beautiful, but not a weirdo, just normal chatting to you. She came out with her boyfriend and all this. And I was talking to her about, man, this town's nuts. And she went, oh, you have no idea. She said, do you know about what Leonardo DiCaprio does? I said, no, what? And she says, when he's in town, she says, every Tuesday he looks through all the model catalogues at the girls he likes, and then he rings the agencies and invites about 30 of them to cinema night on a Tuesday night. 30 girls show up, they watch a movie, they have something to eat, a few drinks, and Leo talks to them all and then decides who he wants to bring out for dinner. And then on a Thursday night, he does the same thing, but boat night, where he'll have 30 different models out on boat night. And she got invited to one of these, and her boyfriend was like, man, it's Leo DiCaprio. Go, are you crazy? Go, tell me the stories. And she was like, oh, but he wants to, like, she says, just go. So she goes out on the boat. And man, I can see why he's a bit smitten by her, because she's one of the, like, she can talk. A lot of them you're not getting. It's like playing tennis with someone who's not hitting the ball back to you. But she's chatty. And then he says, we should go for a bit of dinner. And he says, look, you know, or sorry, she says, look, you know, I told you I have a boyfriend, Leo. I just came here for the experience. I'm not going for dinner with you. And he says, look, oh, well, look, I know that. Nothing, just as friends, we should just go for dinner. And she went, I've told you I have a boyfriend. He says, just one dinner. He says, listen, mate, I've told you, boyfriend. He said, and by the way, Leo, I hear you've been doing this for about 20 years. Surely you've had that much pussy, that much vagina. You're just like, oh, no, I couldn't do another one. I love him, but I just could not do another one. And he looked up at her and he laughed and he went, one more. And to tell you how LA went, that's the closest I got to Leonardo DiCaprio, making lattes for that girl.
Oh, mate, that's sensational. That doesn't make me hate Leo.
No, you go.
No.
He's got the, if he can do it and everyone's consenting, why not? Just fucking do it.
Yeah.
It's fun, isn't it? And
That idea of like,
girls think he's creepy though.
I'll just go through the catalogue like he's going through fucking the Argos catalogue.
Circling them. I want that for Christmas. Mum, can I have that? On a 4-payment plan.
What I'd love is the debate between numbers 27 to 30. You know, the last three. How he works that out.
When it goes to public vote like the X Factor, you can vote your favourite 3.
Judges' houses.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like live at the Apollo and like, Leo, these are all white girls. We need some sort of, you know, representation within the 30.
Yeah, he's mixing it up. What a mad life he's got. But girls get the ick about DiCaprio now because of that.
Yeah.
I think they say they do, but if he turns up and he's fit.
I think it's on the turn, isn't it? In another 10 years, he's going to be the creepy older dude. But he's still mid-40s, isn't he? And he still looks good. In 10 years, that catalogue 30 is going to get ropier, isn't it? He's going to go from like Argos down to Index.
Little ones.
It's going to be like, I can't even get 30.
Well, doesn't he bin them at 24?
Yeah.
Doesn't he like
apparently
move on when
that's,
they're 24? Yeah.
He keeps getting older, they keep getting younger.
Yeah.
I went on a date with a 24-year-old and I'm
How old are you now?
37.
Ah, you do not look 37
Thank
or
you.
actor.
Or dress it.
Cheers. Yeah, I don't dress it.
That's me.
What's your exfoliation regime? You gotta
Just mainly tears. And it was it was vacuous. It was. I just felt like I was, again, like that tennis thing where they're just going like, yeah, this is me. This is more me. This is more, and they're just going, yeah.
That's quite a rare skill now, you know. Two-way conversations.
Really.
I saw it at, like, I've been to a couple of weddings this month and met new people. I always ask questions. I love getting to know people. And at the end, I'm like, you know nothing about me.
Because they never asked the
Because
question.
they're like, people love talking about themselves.
Well, that's a
They're all
complaint a
girls,
lot about if you speak to some of my female friends through the years. They're like, if you can get to the end of the date and a guy has never gone, so what about you and what do you do and what about your work and family and what you into?
Yeah.
Because men will happily go, do you know what? If you keep asking questions, I am interested.
Yeah,
Let
it
me
could have
tell
been
you
that.
all
Could have
about
been
me.
that.
And also, what are you into at 38? She's probably like, yeah, he seemed nice, but he's fucking boring.
Nah, I showed her like my allotment.
Can I? Look at, we found an original radiator that suited. That's amazing.
It's such a rare skill now that if you've got it, you just ask questions, speak, be interested.
Yeah.
Don't sit and talk about yourself.
I'm
People love
beautiful,
doing
but
it.
vacuous.
Just like, what do you like? I don't know. It's mad. Like, it's such an easy thing to do.
But that's, I've said this before, the best compares are the ones when they ask a question to an audience member, they actually give a shit. They want to learn something. They're not just thinking,
Where's the joke?
where's the joke? Where's my next joke? And that's the same in conversation, isn't it? When you're talking to someone, you're going, you're waiting for me to finish.
Oh, it's the
so you can
worst.
go, yeah, that happened to me. I did this. You're like, I'm not playing conversational
Here's
top
my
trumps.
version of what's happened. Like, no, listen to me. And then,
Apparently, it's a bit of an ADHD trope. It's like a
is it?
is to be like, oh, we're talking about this. Here's my version of it,
Here's my things about
rather
that.
than going, hey, what happened there?
Yeah, I'm watching it at
I'm
Wednesday.
slowly being diagnosed.
I had a thing on holiday where I like at the start of the holiday, I've just been away with Laura, and we had 5 days, and at the start of it, I was worried. This is such a mental thought. I was like, we haven't spent 5 days with each other, with no one else, no kids or anything, since the fucking honeymoon 8 years ago.
No way,
And I
because
had a
when I
look-
was on holiday
I'm
with
so
Laura,
excited.
I had this weird moment of like, what if we just get to day 2 and go, fuck, you're boring. Like that.
That didn't happen, though.
No.
I think that's what happened with my mum and dad.
Shagging me. What?
Like when I moved out, I was the last one. They've been together for 40 years. Within 4 days, they were getting a divorce. I moved out on the Wednesday. On the Sunday, I think they both just went,
No.
Now what?
"Oh, Corey's boring, isn't it?" Like they just must have sat there for 4 days. It went dark, light, dark, light, dark. My mum cheated, light, and
Damn.
There's always something to get to know with people, even if you've been with them that long. There's always things that you can learn about each other. Don't be like, I know you now. Cool, let's watch the telly.
what was the last good thing that your bird just like where she goes, "Oh, did you know this?" And you go, "No way," about her.
I don't know. It's me saying that. I don't know.
Well, that's
Just
the thing, innit? You
be
mates.
interested and-
The best couples I know, they're mates. They're mates that want to shag. I know that's a generalization, but if you can sit, like, I could hang out with Laura. If we weren't a couple and we weren't into each other, we could chat and hang out. She's funny. She makes me laugh. She laughs at my shit jokes. That's enough. And then, you know, a little bit of sex sometimes pretty nice.
Tiny bit.
You got
Oh,
tiny
say that
bit.
again. Can I have some headphones?
It's
That was when you said that.
That's all you're hoping for after. How many kids have you got now, Daniel?
17.
17.
2 with Laura.
But you should be able to spend time with your partner and be like, you're cool. And if you're spending time with your partner and you're bored, shouldn't be.
There was
with
just a little chink of worry.
on the beach.
A little. Welcome to the Have a Word podcast, John.
Thank you very much,
That
Dan.
foot massage was excellent.
Well, listen, my fingers are hurting, so...
What are you doing now? You're in Oz.
So in Oz, yeah, so...
Carl, give me the fucking yellow card.
What? Yellow.
Come. Shit. Yeah, see you in Vegas.
yeah, so...
Are you in Oz now? Is that the...
in Oz
Are you
now,
everywhere? Where the fuck aren't you? You've got watchmakers in Sweden.
all up, man. I'm like the Holy Spirit. I'm here, there, I'm everywhere, but you just can't tell. I'm like a ghost.
You've been to Africa as well, haven't you, John?
I have been to Africa many times.
Just for pilot season.
Just for...
600 all up for the same part. 600 John Lynns in Africa.
I think that's why I got into stand-up, because I was always mad about traveling, like, and so I backpacked through Africa when I was 22, all the way down to Cape Town, through Zimbabwe when Mugabe was kicking off and all that shit. And I think when I started doing stand-up, I was like, man, this is a way you can just keep backpacking and traveling forever.
Get paid.
And get paid, and you get plugged into, instead of arriving to a fucking hostel where you're sitting there hoping someone will talk to you, arrive to a gig and a promoter.
It's the best.
It's the best.
If
You're
so when people go, oh, where have you been in the world? I'll throw out some places. Like, I've been to Oman. I've
Yeah.
been to Bahrain. I've been to New Zealand. You get to throw those out. I would never have got there of my own volition.
Yeah.
Like, stand-up gives you this thing of like, listen, even if it's shit, you go and see.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You're going to get paid. You're going to get treated pretty well. It's a great way to see everywhere.
Oh man, amazing. Like the stories I have. Yeah, I did Muscat too, and had like one of the best weekends of my life there. A sheikh dude came to the gig and took us around like it was mental. I don't remember. We were late. I was going to miss the flight, and he called the airport and said, "Hold that plane."
That's so sexy.
It's crazy.
You mean influence rather than bomb threat?
Yeah. Like, yeah. Well,
Yeah, I've got an Irish guy. I'm a sheikh. Don't move the fucking plane.
We've been drinking all day. Hold the plane.
Yeah, the heat out there is there's I've never experienced anything like it.
No. Well, I arrived there. I went to do it with Mick Ferry and.
By the way, just in terms of the managerial squad selection for that one, we're gonna where are they going? The Middle East? Is it Muslim? All right, cool. We'll have John Lynn and Mick Ferry
And Paul Thorne.
Oh wow!
Who was getting
That's a
so
fun
pissed off because it was a real empty flight. So the stewardess has pretty much rolled out the drink trolley and went, "Help yourselves, boys." And the show wasn't until the next night. So myself and Mick went, and we were already steaming, getting on. We got out to the airport hours earlier for a few pints. He flew down from Manchester, and by the time we got off the flight, man, I could barely walk. And I got up to the kind of immigration thing.
Yeah, they do a visa out there. It's not easy, is it?
The visa thing, but they'd put me down as UK. And I'm Republic of Ireland. So next minute there's a whole shit show and I have to explain that my passport's different to... And you try and do that after 20 pints with Mick Ferry. You try and sit him down and go, it's a clerical error. After 20 pints with Mick Ferry, I was sitting there like going, I'm going to jail.
Ecumenical matter.
And Thorny ditched me too. That was the guy's thing. He was so pissed off from me being so drunk and keeping him awake the whole flight. He just fucked off to the hotel and left me there.
Little shitbag.
Man,
You get to those. The Bahrain's a bit easier. I imagine Dubai is, but with Jordan and
Katie Price.
With Katie Price, who's a great mum, by the way.
The country of Jordan has some lovely Reeboks on it.
And then Muscat, like it feels like there's 6. They're all in the Sheikh garb.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think they make great podcasters. I'll put it that way. Like it's not a laugh. Like it's really fucking dry and.
Yeah.
Do you have a laugh
shit
behind closed doors though?
Yeah.
Yeah, illegally.
All right. Yeah.
Come back, come
Come back, we're doing a podcast.
My first Middle East was with Stade, and they were just so panicked the whole time that he'd say something crazy, you know. But I was just so happy to be there because I did Tom's. Well, actually, Roe Campbell did the first one. I did Tom's next 3 UK tours. And at this time, I can say this now because he's gone on about it. As you're aware, he's a degenerate gambler. So we're doing this tour and we're selling out venues, but Tom's gambling everything. You know what I mean? So we ended up like, we were in Aberystwyth in Wales and we gambled everything we had. And we ended up going into this pub in the middle of the day. And it said, and it was the grimmest looking shithole. And it's a pub that's open and booming at 10 o'clock in the morning. You know, one of those. And there's a sign saying rooms upstairs. And Tom says to the guy, yo, buddy, how much are the rooms upstairs? And the guy says, and he looked like this. He went, it's £25. And Tom goes, oh, and his reaction is, oh, that's cheap. And the dude thinks, oh, I've gone too high here. And he goes, for the both of yous. And so we go up to the room for £25. And man, you want to have seen it. It was like a heroin den. It was, and Tom's cracking up laughing. And I go into the loo for, I'm having a pee. And I lift up the toilet seat and it just rolls off. It's not attached. They've just placed it on the jacks. I lift it up and it rolls off. Tom's cracking up laughing and I'm laughing too. And I walk back into the room and I do that kind of fall back onto the bed. Oh, home sweet home. And I fall back. There's no fucking mattress. It's just wood. And I crippled myself. I'm hobbling around. And then we got to Burnley one night, and like, well, man, it was a 700 theatre sold out. We're queuing up, signing posters and shit at the end. It's all rock star, but that fucker's gambled everything. So we stayed in a homeless shelter. Cost us £6.50 each. And we're in this homeless shelter, and we go up, and there's no window. Well, there is a window, but it can't close. So there's like a gale force wind. It's like we're in a fucking cave on a rock face in Lord of the Rings or something. And I was like, Tom, we're going to get fucking hypothermia, man. You know what I mean? So I had to break into a derelict part of the building and rip these curtains off the wall, cover myself in dust, and stuff them through the window. So the wind would stop howling.
Johnny.
Rock and roll, baby. That was touring with Tom State. So when we got to Dubai and we're staying in 5-star hotels, and these guys are going, can you make sure Tom doesn't say anything to get us in trouble? I was like, fuck ye, I'm going to my room, chilling. I'm enjoying this.
It's whenever you get there, they're like, there's the first thing they say about is the royal family.
Yeah.
There's they're like
Unwritten rule.
and then they go, and comics are like, yeah, and they're like, no, seriously,
Yeah.
you'll just be whisked away. That'll be you gone and in prison for a bit. There's like government representatives just turn up and watch at the back because there's so few of these gigs going on. And that's the big rule. Every building you go into, there'll be pictures of like the royal family. You're like, okay.
I gigged in.
Tom State, it's the worst, dude.
Yeah, not a chance. I'll be going
Tommy, don't say anything about the royal family. Who these pricks?
yeah, fuck that.
Tom is the worst dude for that shit, but he's the best bloke. Did I ever tell you how so when I first moved to the UK, I was kind of talking to different agencies and all this shit. And I did Edinburgh, and some of them came to see me. So in the end, it was the Comedy Store in Avalon. But I'd done TV and shit in Ireland and all that. But I was like, I'm not a good enough stand-up. So me moving to the UK, because in Ireland you're doing loads of stuff. You're doing bits of TV, radio, but you're not doing as many gigs as you do in the UK. So my whole thing was, man, if I could get loads of stage time, I could actually be really good at this. So I wanted to go with the store, and Tom was with the store. So I'm meeting with Avalon, the store. Tom rings me and says, I'm doing live at the Apollo tonight. Why don't you come down? He said, they're both going to be there. So they're deciding whether they want me or not. And I get down, and bear in mind, this is Tom's first live at the Apollo, back when it meant something. So it's one of the biggest nights of his career, and this is what a dude he is. He's thinking about me. And he says to me, come here, he says, walk over there and start talking to Don and Charlotte from the store. I said, what do you want me to talk about? He said, I don't give a fuck. Talk about the weather. Just stand over there and talk to them and don't come back for 10 minutes. And then he went up to the Avalon, Rob and those heads, and he said, listen, I know you're talking to Johnny about representation. Just want to let you know, as a mate, the store over there offering representation now. And I'm talking to the store going, so how did you get in? You know, did you get the tube? Did you, you know, it's a nice theatre, isn't it? It's so big. And like, you know.
on the night that he's
on
live at the
this is
Apollo.
before he goes on, man. This is what I'm saying. Like, Tom's a wild man, but he's the most
he's a
loyal
good fucking
legend.
egg.
He's a good man. So I come back over to Tom and he goes, okay, that bit's done. He says, now go over and talk to them. And I went over and I'm talking to Rob and the same shit, man. I think Lee Nelson was his act on that night. And I'm like, oh, Lee likes to, you know what I mean? Blah, blah, all this shit. And Tom goes over and says to Charlotte and Don, who are his management? Hey, look, I just want to let you know, if you want in on this, you better fucking jump aboard right now. And that night, they both offered me representation.
No way.
He stayed.
Through lies and deceit and friendship.
Yeah, mate.
I bet the celebration between two of you though, because you both speak so like lovely and calm, would have taken. They were like, "Oh my God, you've been signed." You're like, "I have been signed." Oh, just
Let's go
hours and hours.
Let's go and spend $1,000 in the casino and sleep in a homeless shelter to celebrate.
Oh, yeah.
Let's celebrate.
Tom's just one of them guys who, if he thinks you're sound, it doesn't matter where you are in the pecking order of things.
Yeah.
You're
As
gonna
it
get.
should be, man.
Yeah, totally. But it's
I
not.
never
Is
got
it?
that
It's not,
shit.
is it?
It's not, man. Even like I remember when certain guys who kind of didn't want to have much to do with you, and then I got a couple of breaks or whatever, was in a bit of stuff, and suddenly then they're like, oh, you can sit with us. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking sit with you now. You made me fucking, you know, I was like the dog in the kennel out the back. I was on the property, but I was looking through the fucking window. And now I can come in. Oh, fuck you, man. And that's what I always loved about it. When I met Tom, I wasn't even really doing stand-up. I've done a couple of gigs, but
How did you meet him?
So I was in a bookies in Kilkenny because I was working there because I owed some money, and they used to give actors jobs in Kilkenny, so you had to run around and give guys their, like, you know, their festival passes and shit. So I had to give, like, I think one of Zach Galifianakis, to give him his pass, and kind of, you're on at this time and you're blah blah blah. And anyway, I'm sitting in the bookies having a flutter, and next minute I hear fucking go red, and I look behind, and excuse me, I see the lovely Tom Stade. And do you remember an Irish comic, Colin McDonnell?
Yeah, I remember the
He
name.
came over for a bit, but he didn't take. Man, brilliant, amazing comedian. Like, ask any Irish comedian. But he found the UK. In Ireland, you can go real deep in stories. And he found the UK, the club scene, like jonglers and all that.
Bang Bang.
He went, oh man, this isn't what I saw. Fuck this shit. And he went back to Ireland. But class, you guys, an amazing comic. But he had done the Adelaide Festival with Tom. So I heard Tom screaming at the thing, and I kind of turned around, and because Tom's obviously pretty noticeable, like, he's a loud dude. And then I went, oh, you're that Canadian guy, Tom. I said, I'm Colin McDonnell's mate, who you did Adelaide. And he said, I love Colin, dude. And I was like, I'm working at this thing. And he said, come to the gig. And then we just started hanging out, having beers. And he was like, man, you're funny. And I was like, I'm more into the acting. And he was like, you should do stand-up, dude. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'm fucking sure. And I saw Tom then. And man, he was fucking amazing. Like, that was when he was doing all that shit. Like, so I've been to China.
Great Wall.
Great town.
Oh, yeah, great town. They got a wall.
Nice town. That's what he used to say. Yeah, they got a wall. His great wall was, we got a wall behind my parents' house, and we can smoke weed and nobody could see you. That was a great wall.
That was a great wall.
You know, all this shit. So I hadn't seen it. Like, he was just so funny out of a...
The one I always go back to, and I've done it on this before, is the roadkill at the museum, like all the stuffed animals. Where'd you get the animals? Roadkill. Well, who hit the walrus?
Dude, I could remember that.
It's so good. He's one of those comics that other comics reference, that, like, when you go, oh, what's your favorite Stade bit? Ferry's got the same stuff. Like, there are Gavin Webster. There are comics that other comics will be like, this is my favorite bit. Really legendary stuff.
It's funny though when you see comics who you like. I love Fothergill. I love watching John Fothergill.
Fothergills.
But the funniest thing I've ever seen him do, and I forgot all about this, but one of the Aussie blokes who I've been working with in Australia reminded me. He was there in the store this night with Susan Murray, actually. The two of them were watching.
What's your favourite Susan Murray bit, everyone? No? Okay. Carry on.
So, licking the piss off the back of my thighs is the first thing that came into my head.
She used to say that?
Well, this bloke, and you remember the store used
Give
to
me
be...
the yellow card.
You had great comics in the store who'd be headlining everywhere else, but the mystique of it was such that guys who were killers everywhere else would tank there, just be overwhelmed by it, you know. And Don sitting there knowing you're having your chat after, and so you'd see guys every other time you'd see them killing, and they do the store and they just get too nervous. And this one bloke got up, and I can't remember who he was, but I gigged with him around. So he was a proper pro, but he got a bit overwhelmed. Dom was in, and it was a banging lineup that night. It was pretty class. Fothergill was hosting, and the guy, man, he did the first 2 minutes, didn't go well, and then his confidence just seeped out of him, and it just started getting worse and worse and worse, and he got off to nothing. And Fothergill been one of my favourite comics, but this is still my favourite moment of his. He walked on stage, and I learned a lot about MCing, because he walked on, he said, ladies and gentlemen, you've no idea how brave you have to be to stand on this stage when you're that shit. And I was like, this is one of the nicest guys I've met on the circuit. And he came off and I was like, dude, like hilarious. But man, that was absolutely brutal.
He's got to get him back on side.
That's it. He said to me, he said, listen, mate, he said, my fucking job out there is to facilitate this show. And if I have to do that to make this show better, that's the end of it. And I learned such a big lesson from that.
Yeah, and the comic
I
who
never would have
died
done that.
has to go, yeah, I know, I got to get the show.
Man, it's mountaineering. It's Everest. It's cut the line. You know what I mean? You're going to drag us off. You're like, I understand, boys.
It hurt my feelings. But the night must go on.
You are forgiven.
It's so daunting with those like people like Don, and I'm trying to think of other.
The Comedy Store owner, if you don't know, is Don Ward, and I think he's chilled out a little bit now, but
He's like 106.
there was about 40 odd years there on the bounce where he was like at nearly all the shows and a very knowledgeable, influential presence in the room, and then gave people feedback in a little chat after a gig, which has now become fucking legendary and part of the deal.
That's not anywhere else, though, is it? Surely, like someone at that part in other clubs don't do that.
No, they don't take you to one side.
So
They take you to the back of the room.
There are big influences in gig, like the Birmingham Glee's got Alistair, who is very, very camp. It's like,
I mean, that's an understatement.
I mean, he is absolutely captain of the camp team, and he's very fashionable, and like it's like he's a big influence there. He's been there from the start, and he runs the whole gaff. And his is different. He'll come in the dressing room, and if you've had a bad one, he won't joke with you. Like, that's when you know you've had a real stinker, when he's like, you know you've done well when he comes in and goes, oh God, that was been really good. Like 10 years ago, that could have gone somewhere. And like does some like bitchy,
He's like catty, but when he comes in, he doesn't even
joke.
say hello. He's like,
But when it's when
okay for
there
drinks?
isn't like jokes, you're like, oh no, that's because someone's actually fucking tanked it.
Alistair told me
But
one of
to
the.
sit down and go, how did you think you did, is a next level Comedy Store legendary move.
And the infamous one, when he'd say, so do you want paid spots here? And you'd say, yeah. And he'd point at the board and say, well, whose name should I take off?
Yeah, but I'll just
Susan
do next
Murray.
week. Why don't you just book me in a Gap? Go on, what was the Alistair one?
Alistair told me this story about when he was one night working at the Glee, and at the end of the night they turn all the chairs upside down like you would in like secondary school, and to clean all the floors. One night there was a light that was like flickering, and he's like, I should sort that out. So he stood on the table, undid the light, and slipped off the table, and one of the chair legs just caught in between the legs, and he was like, oh. And he was like, oh, I feel okay. Carries on doing his bits and bobs, and then later on his jeans were just sodden with blood, and he was like, oh fuck. So he went into the toilets, unzipped his pants, and his balls fell into the water. Like he fell into the water. Like, so the chair leg had nicked his balls just on he fell into the water. He giggled because his balls had just fallen into some water. There's like sinew between the balls, like a bungee cord. And then he had to wrap him up in toilet roll.
What are you doing?
Nobody flush.
Nobody move.
Oh, man.
Do you know that's
that's why he speaks the way he
story
does.
would be even funnier if it was Don Ward.
My zip on my bag touched the urinal earlier this morning. I had like a backpack and then a tiny little bag, and it fell down and touched the urinal. I had to go straight out and get the disinfectant wipes. So if my naked balls fell in there, I don't think I'd be giggling.
The inside of your body, the actual balls.
Yeah.
Makes me feel funny.
Don Ward, I was there to witness the most brutal version of the feedback afterwards. So I did okay, but the lineup was daft. It was like Terry Alderton was practicing his live at the Apollo set. So he went on before me. Insane. Then Michael McIntyre came in because he had a bad corporate the night before, just wanted to do 5 minutes. He went on before me, did 25 minutes. Then I went on, got heckled immediately where someone just went, take the piss out of my mate. And I was like, no. And then carried on. Don gives me some feedback. He goes, don't make your friend shout out. I was like, it wasn't a friend. And then, do you know the comedian Will Mars?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Has he been on
Sorry, do you know the man Will Mars?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Am I not meant to mention names here?
No.
Is that what we're doing? Am I being a cunt?
You're saying the story.
No, yeah, you said.
Well, his friend was on. And I feel bad now. Does he listen to this?
It doesn't matter if he
Doesn't matter, does it? Doesn't matter.
You will now that you've
Anyway.
highlighted him here.
He went on
I'll be tagging him.
and it just
need
didn't.
more
It just
allies.
didn't go well. It just was because the night was so busy.
It happens to everyone.
Happens to everyone. Wasn't anything that he was doing. His jokes are really nice, but then he started to. Oh fucking hell! Why is it whenever I come on this podcast I just ruin something? I feel like showing off in front of my mates. And my mum's like, "Stop." Anyway, I'm gonna feel awful about this on the drive home. So he slags off the club while he's on stage, or slags off the audience, or does something.
I've bleeped his name. So
Yeah.
Just go on. I've bleeped
Okay.
his name. It's fine.
Will Mars' name.
I've bleeped. Yeah, I've bleeped his.
Yeah.
Will-
Both bits. Will and Mars.
I've left it in now.
No. Graham Galaxy was on, right? And he just wasn't going well. And there's so much pressure while you're on there. And he slagged off someone in the audience and did something. And then Don goes, "Do you want to come for your feedback?" And he takes him to the front door and he goes, "Get out of my club."
Oh my.
And he goes, "What?" He goes, Get out of the club. Don't slag off my club."
You're fucking right.
And he goes, "My bag's in there." And he went, "I don't care." And he had to get one of the bouncers to go get his bag. It was fucking brutal.
Mate, if someone sat on that couch and slagged off this podcast, we'd cut all the break early and happily watch Sensei Carl boot him out. Fucking right.
That's me
Right
next
into the
bit.
lift. Oh God.
Oh, Lord.
Will Mars.
Oh,
Yeah, talking
Will
about,
Mars Biff.
Yeah, Mars.
talking about knowing how you died. Like I did the Montreal festival with O'Doherty, Jason Byrne, and Delamere.
An all Irish,
An
an all Irish bill.
Yeah. And man, those three guys like were killers. I was like the baby dude. And I used to speak a little bit of conversational French, right? But what they used to do in Montreal, they'd fly you in on the morning of the gig, so they didn't have to pay for a hotel the preceding day. And then you did a load of gigs, but you did your most important one up first. And I got up and I don't know what came into my head, man. I just believed my own bullshit. And I walked up, had an opener in my head. And as I walked from the stage to Mike, I went, "Fuck that, say something in French, man." It's a French audience. Quebecy, say something in French. Not realising that that's crazy divisive shit there in
is it,
Quebec. Yeah, a lot of English speakers hate the French speakers and French speakers hate the English speakers and all this. And also, they speak 16th century French. So it's like Afrikaans is to Dutch.
Right.
So it's not the same language at all. So I walked out and said something, and the English ones went, "What's this arsehole doing speaking French?" And the French ones went, "What the fuck was that?" And that was it. I just died horrendously for 12 minutes. Like, shocking, man. Like, really, really bad. And then I walked off.
By the way, I've only ever seen you you'd gig in the same fucking laconic, smooth. I've never seen you do anything but rip. I'd sort of pay so much money to watch Johnny Lynn slowly eat his own fucking balls.
Dude, at one point I saw Delamere and he was hosting at the back. And me and Delamere are mates, you know, but I saw him at the back and I saw him go, and I was like, "Oh, geez." I was supposed to do 15. I hit 12. I got off, and then I'm sitting in the green room. I know Doherty's a cool dude. He's grand, but Dave keeps to himself. You know what I mean? He's not like he'll say hello and shit. He's not like a fucking nut job, but he doesn't really hang that much. And he'd never really ask you how you're doing or any of this at that time. And I knew things were horrendous when Jason was on and Neil's obviously hosting, so he's watching, and Dave comes in the back and he goes, "Look, mate, don't let this break you." You know what I mean? Don't give up after this. I've seen... So, and he did this proper heart to heart, and I went, "Oh my God, it's even fucking worse than I thought." If this dude is talking to me. And then I walk out of the thing and I get, because the time zone, it's morning, and get a phone call from the agent. I had meetings with cast and agents, all this shit lined up all week, and my agent goes, "What the fuck happened?" I said, "Oh, I died. And he said, "Well, how bad?" He said, "Everyone's pulled the meetings. Everything's pulled. All the lunches, everything's gone." And I went, "What?" Like, but that's acting. It's a different thing. He said, whatever happened in there, man, he says, no one wants to waste any time on you.
Because they think you're going to get the script and go, Je voudrais en deux. Bonjour. Je habite double.
But man, it shows you how, as comics, that like people sympathizing with you is the worst thing you can, like that people coming up going, are you okay?
Yeah, no.
That
I hate that in
that
life.
to me
Pity. I hate
is you
pity
may
so
as
much.
well get the fucking garroting, you know. Whereas mates coming up, like I remember dying with Stade once, and he comes up and he goes, "Should I get your shoes and your should I get your shoelaces and your belt, bro?" That was horrible, man.
Yeah.
But so I'm in the bar afterwards because I didn't want to like run off like a little schoolgirl and everyone be is John all right and create even more of a fucking horrible scene that was going on. So I kind of thought, go to the bar with all the comics, man, suck it up, drink 2 beers and then slink off in shame to the room, have a little cry upstairs on your own. And I met Patrice O'Neill, who I'd never seen on stage, didn't know anything about him. He's just this massive man in this amazing velvet purple suit and this big fedora. And I'm sitting there and I'm obviously like, you know, fucking hurt face, you know, proper. And he looks at me and he says, "Who are you?" And I said, "Oh, I'm John." And he says, "You're Irish?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "By that hurt face, you must be the guy who died."
Fucking hell.
He knows. This man I've never met knows that it was so bad. And I was like, "Was it that bad?" And he went, "Look at you with your little hurt face. Well, you want to have a little cry?" He just ripped the piss out of me, man, and started going, "What are you going to go around?" And kind of like, "Can I get a hug?" And he ripped at me. And it made me feel so much better because he was like, "Man, I've died so many times." He said, "I got ran out of here 5 years." And he probably like gave me it was like giving me a slap upside the head. He didn't. But like he was like, "Fucking man up and, you know, get on with it." And just you talking about like knowing you die.
That's cool.
What a fuck.
Yeah.
Cool as fuck.
I never saw him again.
I wish you'd told me that literally a year ago. So I did Montreal last year.
Oh, really?
And as you were saying these things, I was literally like, oh, fuck. So I did New Faces, even though I've not. And so they did the first international New Faces. So there's comics from all over the place. 10 acts doing 6 minutes each.
Yeah.
We flew in, no hotel, a gig to 1,000 people. I was on last. So by this point, they'd seen everything they wanted to see. And I thought, it's France. I know what I'll do. I came on and literally went, "Bonjour." And they went, "What?" I panicked. I went, "Bonne année, Happy New Year." And I was on after Emmanuel Sanubi. And I said, mad booking 2 big black guys together. Died for 6 minutes. Just died.
And there's no Patrice O'Neill anymore to make you feel better.
And then there was a party afterwards, and those like very American people barging each other. People like, I knew I'd done bad because there was a comic who I know, and he was like chatting to someone. He must have been, I don't know, Netflix, whatever. And I was literally going past. I went, "Hey man," he went, "Not now." And I was like, "Fuck." So I just sort of stood on my own, not drinking. And then they had this like tuck shop of like popcorn, candy, and then they had these ice lollies. I thought, I'm going to have this ice lolly and I'm going to fuck off. And I had this ice lolly and I was like, this is disgusting. It's too sweet. And there was like an empty or like half empty thing of popcorn, and I just put it in there as a man went to grab it. And it turns out it was Ted Sanderos from Netflix. He was like, oh, and I was literally like, just put it in the thing. And he went, "What are you doing?"
That's why he's here today.
Bonjour.
You
when
boys
were
know
saying
how
that,
to
and
network.
I went to the hotel and I fucking cried. I absolutely cried my eyes. I was like, "Oh, fuck this."
It's the loneliest spot, man. But even Patrice was like, he's like, "I've killed here, I've died here, nothing happens." And he was like, "Just fucking snap out of it, man." Like,
Did you?
And I did, man. I ended up going on a mad session with Jason and Delamere. Delamere doesn't even drink that much, you know, but he did that night. I was like, "You're fucking drinking tonight, man. I need you."
As a brother.
I need fucking...
Right, let's have a break. And we'll see you in a second. Oh, hey! Didn't see you there.
There you are.
It's my favourite sponsor time now. It's NordVPN.
Well, Dan, if they're your favourite sponsor, you, my friend, must know exactly what a VPN is.
No, because you've never explained what it is.
I feel like I've done this for a very consistent amount of time
Well,
now.
I choose to forget.
Here's what a VPN is. It's a way to up your internet security whilst also tricking your laptop, computer, or whatever device you use into tricking you out anywhere on the planet. You can take a little digital holiday to Botswana if you like, mate. Yeah? You want to go to New Zealand? Don't get on a plane. Get a VPN. Tell your laptop you're in New Zealand, and you just have to believe it. If you can dream it, you can believe it, and that means you can achieve it. And if you go to nordvpn.com/haveaword and sign up for 2 years, you'll get 4 extra months free. That's nordvpn.com/haveaword. And here's the thing. You get loads of stuff with this. There's stuff that's on Netflix in different countries that aren't in this country, you know what I mean? Just tell your laptop you're in Nigeria. Get a bit of Nigerian film in your life, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Can't wait to watch Disney Plus from Greenland. nordvpn.com/haveaword.
Super. 4 months free, and you sign up for 24 months.
Do it. Section 4 of 4.
Whoa.
Congratulations, everyone.
The mathematician's not here. Brennan, you are going to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival 2024.
Yeah, not written a show yet.
Don't say that because we're selling the tickets.
I've written the show.
Oh, it's great.
It's great.
Yeah.
That bit.
It's the best I've ever seen.
What's your favourite bits?
Oh, the racist bit.
Yeah, the racist bit.
What's the show called?
It's called Me,
I thought you said choke hold.
I thought
What's
choke
my favourite
bit.
choke?
Being naked.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to Edinburgh for the full month. Just getting a show ready for tour.
What time? Where?
3:45, and it's free.
Oh,
It's free.
It's free to get in, but it's not free to get out.
Hey, buckets.
Buckets, yeah.
Lovely.
Right,
Anything else
where'd
to
you
say
get
about
tickets for that,
You
Brennan?
can't. You just turn up.
it? Out free for
So the
You
liquid-
can't even pre-order a seat.
No, you just turn up.
Cool.
You just turn
Oh,
up.
so
like-
get there early doors because they're
get there early doors, like 11ish or 3:44.
Shouldn't have said bonjour that night, should you, kid?
No, because I'll be doing not the Fringe.
I've done about 10 of these Dan Nightingale and Fiend shows. There's about 20 left. We've just sold out the Glee in Glasgow, which is amazing. These are selling out now. Liverpool, they're all sold out. So Southport, there's tickets available. Sheffield and Dublin. I think we might film it in Dublin at the Laughter Lounge. It's become one of my favourite places, and I think it was one of the very best tour shows last year. So I think it's October 20th. But dannightingale.com, there's about 20 of these Fiend shows left. Come and have a little watch. It's been so mental and manic and fun.
They were also. I did a few in there.
Yeah, they're great.
They've been
Brilliant.
great fun.
Really good atmosphere.
Dublin is now like my favourite place. So on my birthday, no one was available, so me and Ishan Akbar just flew over from different airports. I got to go to the Gravediggers to have a pint near the cemetery.
My granddad's buried just behind there.
Oh, jeez.
He is.
I had 3 pints for him.
3 points for
Oh, Grandpapa Lynn.
That's why I love you, dude. You just paying
know,
respects to
I just
our
knew.
ancestors
Yeah,
at
yeah,
all
yeah.
times.
And
that's what he would have wanted, an English guy in
totally.
the Gravediggers.
He'd have loved that.
Pints of Guinness.
You'd have loved it.
Yeah.
Dublin's fucking amazing. I love it. I love the city centre. I love the boozing culture because it's so aimed at fucking middle-aged men who like Guinness.
Mm-hmm.
You don't live there anymore, but you got to still love it.
I love Dublin, man. I loved it. And I do miss it. And I do think about moving home a lot for that reason. Like, Australia's great, man, but the crack. All right, I'll give you an example. I was coming over here, right? So my missus bought me these. These are R.M. Williams boots, right? For those listeners who are like kind of Chelsea cowboy boots, right? She bought me a pair of these. And in Australia, you don't have to take boots anything above that. You don't take that shit off anymore. And I'm coming through Dublin Airport, the security. And I said to the guy in security, I said, listen, mate, my laptop's out, my belt's off, my liquids are out, and my boots okay. Man, are these okay? Are my boots all right? And he looked at me and he went, well, I wouldn't wear them, to be honest with you, son. Look a bit ridiculous to me, you know what I mean? Is it a horse or a plane you're getting on? And he really went for it. Like, he really, like, kind of pummeled it. And I was like, man, I miss that shit, you know? I really do. I do.
I love Dublin Airport. It's just got live music. Like, there's live music everywhere in Dublin. And at the airport, they're like, you'll want more.
Dublin Airport's the one me and Adam and Thomas Green had a stink at that, though, innit? That's where the security. It's a huge airport, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think you had a bad run there because I've been
I've
quite
been
a few
since,
times
and
since, and it's
great.
been sound.
The time we went, Thomas Green got randomly stopped 3 times just walking through the airport.
Thank God he's dodgy, man.
Dude, this is 2 police
Shows the
guys.
systems are working, boys.
It looked like they were waiting. They were, like, we walked past just by the restaurants. They went, "Can we just grab you a minute, mate?" And we're like, blah, 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 chatting to him. And it happened 2 more times. He was like, maybe because I got an Aussie passport, I don't know, but he got stopped 3
Just
times.
a random airport stop and
3
search.
randoms, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but he's got bleach blonde hair and he's like erratic and full of energy.
Was it just like a fashion check? What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is this?
It was weird. And then it's a big airport with small security, though. So
Is that what they
Yeah.
what they bill it as?
And-
Big airport.
No, I mean, like, the physical security area is not big enough for the size of the airport.
Do you remember when we outside the Guinness factory, we got the
Horse and cart.
the horse and cart, and I was like, "This is Dublin. They respect you if you fucking barter a little bit." We basically had €50, and the guy was like, "I'm after €60 for yourselves." I went, "Will you take 50?" And he went, "Come on, boys, haggling." I felt so
Have you
bad.
not taken
I
enough?
thought he was going to go, I couldn't go lower than 53.
And he went, okay, 60. we had to stop at a cash point in a horse and cart.
There's a fucking cash point for you there, boys. Pulled round. Weird as shit.
But that's like even Dublin is different with the slagging. Like that's what I was saying to you earlier about. I got an eye infection. I got all pus and yellow shit in this eye. So I had to wear sunglasses, and they were so sensitive to light. So for pain and to cover it up, I'm wearing sunglasses the whole time. And I'm wearing them in London. No one gives a shit. I'm wearing them at night time on stage. No one mentions it. And I got the night bus back to Bethnal Green where I was living. And I got on the bus, and the bus driver looks at me and he goes, "Sunglasses, 3:30 in the morning." Thumbs up. I got to Dublin. I got the air coach from the air, that blue bus into the city centre. I got off on O'Connell Street, and I'm walking up the road, and a bloke bumps shoulders on me. Goes, "Who do you think you are, Bono? You cunt."
Is it because they know you're Irish and therefore you're at a different...
I think it's just, man, because even when he kind of bumped me, it wasn't an aggressive thing. It was more like ripping the piss out. It wasn't like a shoulder charge. He just kind of bumped me for the crack and then kind of gave the joke, like...
That's what you want, though, isn't it? It's great.
It is. And, man, I'm way more comfortable. If I'm in a social thing and guys are slagging me off, even the way you... Like, I remember even Sean Walsh, when I first met Sean, myself, Sean, and... Dan did this fucking Stars of the Future thing. Daniel Sloss worked out well for the two boys. But man, we got in the car, and Dan at the time was only 17, so he was quite serious, and I kind of didn't know how to talk to him because I was a bit older. And Sean got in the car, and I started talking, and he was sitting up the front, and I'm sitting in the back, and he turns to the driver, because it was one of those gilded balloon round Scotland tours. And he turns to the driver and he goes, "Does he always talk like this?" Like, his first bit to me was slagging the fuck out of me voice through someone else. And I cracked up going, "We're going to get on just fine." Whereas if someone's serious turning around talking to me about real, I get a bit... Whereas if they're ripping the piss out of me, like, well, if they're ripping the piss out of me, they're obviously comfortable with me.
Yeah,
so this is good. You know what I mean? This is...
I think that's a
it's
man
easier.
thing, though. That's definitely a man thing.
Yeah.
I don't think women can sit around and take the piss out of each other.
eventually, but it's... Yeah.
No, but I don't think in the same way.
Nah, okay.
In the same way we would.
Because they're nicer.
Yeah.
If you come in with a pair of shoes you don't like, you're getting it all day. I get it.
Right, for the last 4 fucking years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lad, what the fuck are these webs? It could be a pair of shoes that someone in here has owned like within the last 3 years. Yeah, fucking hell. It's not 2021. Should we do some Room 102s? Very separate from Room 101. Anything you want rid of, stick it in Room 102. Johnny, have you got anything for us?
Anything I want rid of. What does that mean? I thought Room 102 is like your nightmare, like your... No? I've
Yeah, but it
misjudged
could be
this.
anything. So, like, period dramas, that's going in for me.
That's what you want to get rid of.
I fucking
period.
hate
John
Ian
Atwood.
Stone put in Eurovision flat out. The whole thing just disappeared.
He's a very, very
And he won the
funny
vote.
man.
That's
Yeah.
Could be anything. Anything.
No, well, I've always, I don't know, I thought it was like hell. And I was thinking about this in the flight over, going, I think my version of hell, I like to read. I read a lot, right? Not saying that like makes me smart. I read shit, but I just like to read a lot. And My idea of hell, we arriving in to a room and it's just a library of tomes about every mistake I've ever made in my life. And then all the librarians would be women who would have slept with me if only I'd have asked them.
And you've shown us the inside of room 102.
That's the inside. That's room 102 for me. Just, you know, tomes and ladies.
opportunities.
Missed
That'd be packed
opportunities.
full of women.
Yeah.
And
well,
not even good. Like, some would be amazing, but there'd also be some absolute
Yeah, there'd be a lot of women in there.
boglins. I'll do it. I'll shag you.
I'll put in room 102 all the times I leaned in for a kiss and got the, oh no. That moment where you're like, I'm pretty sure.
What's the worst
this is
rejection you've ever got?
happening. Well, I got dumped and I didn't know I'd been dumped.
That's a pretty big one.
I had a mate have to, like, in the debrief. So I turned up at the girl's house and she was like, listen, I want to talk. My head and my heart are in different places and I just think we should be friends. And I went, do you know what? Great idea. I agree. You know what? Brilliant. And it's nice that we've ended it like that. I was like, that's a mutual breakup. I told my mate Bondi and he was like, whoa. Rewind the story. You could tell he wasn't really paying attention properly and then went, whoa. So hang on. You walked in and said, you're all right, we're going out. And she went, I need to talk to you. I think we should end it. And I went, yeah, but I agreed. He went, no, you've been fucking dumped. That's how arrogant I was when I was younger. I was like, I don't think anyone could dump me. And I don't think that was a dumping. No, the lean in. Yeah, I've had a few leans in.
We've all had.
Yeah.
I had it once when I tried to finger someone and they did that.
Oh, wow.
No, I didn't know. What?
They're very different. We've got some room 102s from the listeners. If you want to send them in, haveawordpod@gmail.com. Brad Jones says, not sure if you're taking listeners' room 102 suggestions. We are, Brad. You started the whole thing. The side smile emoji. I want to put that in room 102. The only people to ever pull that face in real life are paedophiles as they're about to groom someone, and the only people to use that emoji are the same. Get it gone.
Oh.
So, what?
Yeah, like, hey, fucking, you know what I'm thinking?
Yeah.
Get in a shower without me.
I admit,
Bedtime, is it?
I don't know.
Without me.
I don't know what all the emojis mean. I
Go
just
to the
sort of
tax
guess.
office without me.
Doing the school run, are you? Without me.
What's the sunglasses one? I just throw it out there.
Cool, innit?
Yeah, I feel like.
It's just cool.
I love that you can go on someone's phone and you can see what, like, it
They're
shows
most
you the
used.
top ones.
Yeah.
And I bet you any money, the is in.
Have you got it in?
Is it in there?
Oh yeah, you have been using
that
it.
one's-
Can I just have a look at your emojis?
Of course you can.
We've got the diagonally tilted crying, laughing.
Hot water
This is-
eyes.
It's got to be.
Oh, yeah,
it's got to be the most used emoji. Yeah. Then we've got green. You feel nauseous.
Yep.
That's literally my most used
And you've
one.
got old school microphone.
Oh, that was a mistake. I sent that. I don't know how that happened.
Right. Then you've got the shocked. Again, pretty standard stuff. Then a rocket. What did you use the rocket for, mate?
Not sure, actually.
You've got jizz next to a nana's face. I'm not even joking. What's the laughing with the sweat on the top like? Oh, it's embarrassing.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah,
big
like,
car.
oh, God, no.
Oh my God, this
Yeah,
is
it's not my hard drive.
this is aging me. Brad Jones, you know what? You can have it because no one really gives a fuck. So I think you might be right.
I've got the Finland flag in mind. Can anyone tell me why?
The Finland flag.
So it's white background, blue cross, slightly
it's the
off.
Finland flag, yeah. So you'd say if a footballer's shit, it's the Finland flag because, you know, he's finished.
Oh, he's not finished.
He's not
only
finished.
28.
He's
He's
finished.
no finish.
So you say,
He's
yeah,
not.
fucking hell, Salah's Finland, then he like means he's finished.
He's finish.
Finish, shite.
I'm actually just remembering the.
Without me.
Scoring goals without me, is it?
Do you want me to do another? We got another? Billy says, room 102, squeaky chairs. When your chair squeaks and people think you've farted, so you have to keep doing it to prove it's the chair.
Is he in school?
No, this is a thing.
What? Where?
Harry, did you hear me fart in the takeaway yesterday?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Why are you farting in a take? That's
But there's a hierarchy
In
of
his
power. So
dinner?
I'm just kind of,
Oh, mate, you were such a gent about that.
Dan, in the shop or in the food?
I'm just getting
Just lift a little bit of a silver foil thing.
garlic mayo, chili sauce. Your boss is fat.
Did you fart in my takeaway? I didn't hear it.
It's a bit of a power move, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a
Harry, all
hierarchy. I just had to eat a
I'll put this on the business card. It comes at an expense. No, I've this has happened a few times recently. Just not, you know, when you're in control of your guffs. I've lost a little bit of that control.
old.
There's just been an occasional like
Really?
nothing
With a laugh or
nothing
just...
biblical.
Hang on, you're not meaning to fart, but you're farting.
Yeah, just a
No, you can get like periods of that though.
You're a child, though.
Yeah, but if I've eaten like rough for a couple days,
You should have
What,
control
like
of
homeless?
everything.
yeah.
I
of a
said Room 102 is getting old and you can't finish your piss. That's one for me.
Have you ever heard an old man have a piss? It is loud. Do you know when they're going, ugh?
Yeah, because they're trying to finish it all in one go.
my favourite Peter Kay bit. I know
You
it's
sure he
one of the
was peeing, mate?
simplest bit. Yeah. You know, when they're over you.
And then he said, that felt amazing.
Loud piss, that means.
I love that. How long did that piss
Without
for?
me.
Once a week for 20 minutes. Dave says, Room 102, people who only wash their own dishes when you've made them a meal. The kids are fucking murdered for it. We'll wash one plate, one
One of
fork,
them's
one
3.
knife, then fuck off.
You don't make your kids wash dishes. Grow up.
You not wash.
Do you make Etta wash the dishes?
No, she's 7, mate. That's a bit harsh. But it's coming. They've got to do some stuff.
Have you got a dishwasher?
Yeah, he's full.
yeah, that's Jack.
I know. If you washing dishes, wash them all.
Yeah, you don't go, well, that's mine and that's mine.
So essentially what you're saying is the kids are actually doing a good service because at least they're doing their own.
Yeah. That's equivalent to going for a meal with somebody and going, right, I pay for that. I bought that.
What's wrong with that?
You split it. Unless, like, I've got something insane. Unless I've got, like, 10 drinks, you've had one. Am I wrong there?
Yeah, but if I've made you a meal and I use 1 plate and you use 16.
I'll wash your... yeah. That's,
Mate, whenever you're splitting a
meal
bill,
is that?
whenever you're splitting a bill and everyone gets a calculator out,
That's
you
what I
look like
mean.
a fucking dickhead.
yeah.
Just
There's 5 years, it's 100 quid. It's 20 quid.
Well, I
5
didn't have a
minutes in.
starter. No one gives a shit.
That'll come with age, Harry.
Yeah. My kids are going to do some chores, though, at some point. They're not just getting hotel-level service till they're 18.
What chores do you trust Etta to do?
Well, I used to mow the lawn
You trust
when
Etta
I was a
to mow
kid.
your
No,
lawn?
when I was a kid. When I was 12, 13, that was my chore.
Fair.
Like, I think just to have some responsibility, like, hey, she shouldn't have to fucking do the mortgage payments. I get it.
What are you going to give
She's not grouting tiles.
We pay them like pocket money for it.
She's already got a little bank card from NatWest.
She's winning
Like, they
West
get,
for life now then.
The
That's how they get you.
7-year-old.
Yeah, $2,000 overdraft. It seems
My niece
dangerous.
more
does
than
that.
mine.
My niece gets money for like Christmas and birthdays, and then she'll go out and go, I want that, to her dad, me brother. And they go, oh, you've got money there. And she go, no, I don't want to use that. Will you buy me? She's basically just saving
She's
a big
smart.
nest egg up.
Yeah.
She's getting
She's got an ISA.
Get to college as a Bitcoin millionaire.
Yeah.
I like it. I think that card thing for a kid is cool, but it's going to have a tenner in it, 20 quid.
Yeah.
Like, fine. It's going to just be a little bit of...
Yes, like I get to beat my
It's,
car.
it's
How much are
basically
kids
a toy.
getting in spends now? Because I used to maybe get £3 a week.
I used to get a tenner a week off me nan.
Tenner.
Every Sunday, my nan would give me a
Tenner.
tenner.
520
And I
quid a
mean
year.
up until like 25 years of age. And I think I've told this before. It got to an age when I was working. I've been working for years. And she came round, she gave me a tenner and I went, I don't need that anymore, you know, like keep it and whatever. And she was like, oh my God, you've grown up. And like she was made up that I rejected.
And then she went, can you lend us a tenner?
She was
And
made
she
up.
pulled out a lodgement and said, will you owe me 2,700, 600?
This was just a loan, son.
But I wonder how much kids get. Like, my nephew messages me all the time and just be like, oh, I need a drink. Can you send us 20 quid? I mean, what the fucking drink are you having?
Wow.
So I don't know. What would you give when Etta's getting spends? Tenner a week.
That's
We're
normal,
not
isn't it?
at an amount, but I think it should be about when you've helped out. I think there should be a reward thing to it. There's not just going to be a fucking standing order going into her account. No way.
I never
It's
got
going to
that.
be like, hey, listen, your mum needs you to tidy your room. That's a quid or
I
something.
love how you put it on the mum.
No, I don't know.
I'll pay you.
Stuff
She's
like
asking
that.
you, You know, fucking hell.
She said £1, but I'll give you 2.
Fucking setting up a yeah, of course.
No,
you
like
need
Dad,
that.
I'm going to the cinema or whatever. It's like 50 quid now, isn't it? Used to be like a £5 when we went. You'd be like, right, well, make sure everything's done. I'll give you 20 quid. I think it's kind of that.
Yeah, that's sound. Yeah. And then to teach her about debt, I'll lend her money with an interest rate.
Compound interest.
Yeah. And then we'll do debt
Like a loan
collection.
shark.
Knock the fucking door
You'd be
down.
walking into the bedroom going, the sort of vig on this is...
Oh, 2 points above the vig. That fucking My Little Pony's mine.
My sister was
Wow,
getting...
I went into my head for a child's toy, even though I have children, and I pulled out My Little Pony.
Classic.
Yes,
in that
it's
accent
not what
as
she's
well.
rocking.
Chicago Town pizza accent.
Oh, what is this?
Pony.
That break some fucking fingers over here. Stephen Critchley says, supermarkets and shops that have barriers on the tills that are closed, so you've either got to walk all the way round or awkwardly squeeze past a queue of people in the trolleys at the checkout.
Yeah, they shame you for not buying anything. There's no way out unless you bought something.
Mate,
But there is a way out.
Home and bargain is the worst. It's like, you're like, because everything's 8 pence.
Yeah.
They're like, you cannot want to leave here without something. And you, like, it is awkward.
Oh,
Also,
bargain.
who's stealing there? They've got a cardboard cut out of a police officer. I'm not risking it, mate.
Inside eye.
Owen Bargain's the worst for that. You can't. You have to go. Can I just get through there?
I go over like Undertaker and Kane. Leg over like that.
Then
Fireworks.
I also feel like everyone thinks I've stole. Do you know when you walk into a shop and walk out without buying something? Like, oh, everyone thinks I've just got fucking Skittles in my pocket or something.
Yeah, because that's what they're worried about, innit? Skittles. You got to watch for them. Last one. Luke says, Liz, room 102 for you. Those people who, when you're on a train, sat next to someone, and when the train gets emptier, they don't move seats to give you both more space. Right, I see what you mean. So you're sat there waiting for the train to leave. Some egg comes and sits in their book seat that's near you. The rest of the carriage is empty. Then it is on them because they were second there.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Do you enjoy telling people it's your seat?
No, I can't
do.
handle that.
Yeah.
I love it.
You've hung around with Adam too long.
I'd be like, oh, he is a pro at it. You triple check. Because the last thing you want is them to go, no, it isn't. You go, sorry, that's my
This is
seat.
the 11:45.
I love doing that, mate.
I was probably about 20, and I went to go and see the musical Starlight Express,
Ooh, sexy.
which is about trains. And got there, people in the seat, and I went, "You're in the seat." And they went, "We're not. We've got C45." And I went, "C45 there." I'm in the seat. Got the usher. Turns out I bought an evening ticket for a matinee. So I was there. We both had the same seat, but I was there for 3 hours early.
Oh, that guy would have paid extra money just to be able to sit there going, you tip.
Baskin and Robbins.
I showed up for a flight once 3 days late because I got it in my head. This was the time and date, and I planned everything around. I never looked at the thing, but it worked. The barcode worked, so I got to the gate. You know, it let me through the things, and I got to the gate, and the guy was like, "No, you can't go through." And I said, "The tickets, you know, I got all." And then he couldn't work it out, and then he looked at the date, and he went, "Mate, this flight was 3 days ago." And I'd been all indignant, like, "You don't know what you're doing here." And then I was like, "Oh, very sorry about that."
Yeah,
Had
that
to
happened to
skulk
me
out of
this
there.
week.
Really?
Cost me a pretty.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Can you actually buy flights at an airport?
Yes.
Yep. Can
I
you?
know you
Like
can't.
I know, right now, I just go, I'm gonna fly somewhere. This is the opposite of my actual life. What if I just went, do you know what? I'm gonna get the taxi to fucking Liverpool John Lennon.
Yeah, you go up to the desk and go.
What desk?
The check-in desk.
The actual check-in desk.
They will sell you a ticket there. Yeah.
What?
My brother's best mate was seeing this girl. Man, she was class until a few drinks and she'd gone nuts, embarrassed him at a lot of family things. It all came to a head. So at one of his best mates' wedding, and she's tanking the wedding. She's hiding under a table. Guys are trying to pull her out under a table. The bride's sitting up at the top table crying her eyes out. His mates are literally pulling her one leg each. She's screaming she's going to kill herself and madness, all this sort of shit. And his mates, my brother being one of them, said, "Listen, mate, this is going on 3 or 4 years. You have to end it with this girl. Like, she's just fucking ruined your mate's wedding. This is over." And he said, "I've tried to get out so many times and I can't." And the boys dropped him to the airport and he bought a ticket to Australia, got on the flight, and we went around to his flat to get all his shit out.
What? And he just did it.
So he's an accountant, and in Australia at that time, there was a visa thing. Any accountants could get a visa because they had a desperate need of them. And he'd been offered this, but he was like, I'm not going to fucking Australia. And the lads went, well, you can't go back. And he said, if I go back to that apartment and she starts crying and I start crying,
it's
and
another
then
2 years,
it'll be another 2 years, another 2 years. So he went, I just got to go. And literally me and the brother went around to the apartment and she was like, where is he? And we were like, Australia. She was like, are you kidding me? Like, he'll be back. And we're like, I don't fucking think so.
Which part of Australia? We're not fucking telling you.
Well, the best thing he said to me when I got out to Australia, said, do you regret that decision, man? Because it's been going on for years. Now, she did. She did. She was lovely when she wasn't drinking, but she did some crazy shit, like really embarrassing shit. And I said, do you regret it? And he said, mate, I feel like I beat cancer. Now, that's a resounding... I made the right call, isn't it?
And is he still there now?
He's still there, yeah.
That's insane.
Never came back.
That's how scary she was.
Yeah.
I feel like I beat cancer when I broke up with you.
He's not emigrated, he's in remission. I dream of a day, it's not now,
Luther King.
it's not in 10 years. I dream of a day, that famous speech when he wasn't concentrating, of just going to an airport and just going, all right, babe,
What's next?
where's available the next flight, and just being able to, I didn't even know that was still a fucking
Sounds
thing.
like a Patreon special.
Yeah, the next flight you buy one
pay
for
a lot.
15 minutes.
Oh,
Do you?
You pay
It's a lot
premium.
more.
No,
yeah,
is it
yeah.
not like lastminute.com?
Nah.
I booked my flight on Sunday, 5 hours before it was taken off, and paid a premium.
Right. Yeah, but you had to go to Mallorca, didn't you? So in my head, if you just going, where's available, there might be like a cheap last minute option.
Because it's empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. But you might end up like Belarus.
Well, you can get flights
Sounds
even because I paid for a flight on Sunday morning. I think it was 80 quid. But then I didn't realise hot water are doing the Saturday's early show. So then I was like, oh, fuck me, man. I'm going to be done by 4:30. So I just booked the flight Saturday night today, 25 quid.
So good.
I was looking at it before, it was like 150. But obviously, if it's quiet, they then go, we got to...
Yeah, they get you anything. Yeah, get
Yeah.
you. Yeah. But this was last day of half term, 5 hours before.
Yeah.
They were like, we've got you by the bollocks, mate.
Eek.
I didn't even know you could just rock up at the airport. Here's my passport. Where we're going?
How much do you think it cost for me? It's me and Sarah had to get from Parma to Liverpool.
Well, I flew from Parma to Liverpool last year when my sister lives out there.
One flight, not return.
And I booked during the half term, but I booked a month late. So I got there, wasn't working. And then I paid 400 quid. And then when I got to the desk, they went, oh, you're just a standby. Couldn't even get on the flight.
That happened on the.
And then they refund you.
They refund me, but
You're still
still
fucked.
fucked.
That happened.
And
on
then
the
you
way
went to
over.
Belarus.
Went to Belarus for 3 quid.
Yeah, nice.
He was saying, does anybody
For
want
3
to
quid.
You would go. You'd go.
Yeah.
Would you do this? They said, anyone, the flight is oversold and they're not legally allowed to leave families with kids. They have to be on the plane. She said, we need to get 3 people off the plane. 2 people said, it's €500. You got to wait 8 hours. That's the next flight. And only 2 people said, yeah. And they were like, we're going to have to, the people who get kicked off is the last person to check in. So they found the last person to check in and went, like, you're off this flight.
And they got €500.
Yeah.
Well, they did that when I
If
was
you're
waiting.
skin, and it's, I know it's
8
a,
hours,
I know
you
it's
have
a
to be.
rough, yeah.
I
Oh,
would
you know what
absolutely
you're
do it.
saying, Anne? Because I've done this. I took it with Etihad. I took the 600 and they were desperate. And I said, look, I'll take the 600, but I want you to put me in the lounge.
lounge? Yeah, of
I'm not
course.
waiting out here 8 hours. And they did. They put me in there. Man, I was annoyed when I come up your flight's about to depart. I'm sitting there eating my foie gras, drinking my champagne, going, just give me some fucking time, yeah?
I'll take another €600.
Just keep knocking it back.
How's tomorrow morning looking?
John lives in Dubai now. Let's do some advice.
There's music that you can't hear, by the way.
I'm not
Just sitting here.
I was wondering for a second, I was feeling my heart going, am I having a stroke?
There's a jingle on.
I was like,
God, we're so good at fixing people's lives. Anonymous, how's it going, Lids? Please keep this anonymous. This is from Jake Garrett. Please have a word with me, my girlfriend, or our flatmate, all early 20s. My girlfriend and I have recently moved into a new flat with a lady. A few weeks in, she got more comfortable and started walking around in bras and with her arse out. Now,
Without me?
now, with it being her flat, you could argue she's just relaxing how she wants. She then, however, started acting a bit strange with me, asking me questions about her looks and figure, basically being a pick-me.
Oh, pick me girls despise.
I thought you meant like a tiny
like a
tribe.
Pygmy.
Yeah.
A little goat.
I think I might have put the wrong emphasis on that. Basically being a pick-me
So,
rather than a pick-me.
What's a pick me?
A pick me girl is like the girl in the group who's like, oh, I love the NFL. Oh my God, yeah, look at my tits.
She sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Sandra.
pick me.
I know it well.
It's not their real personality. It's I will match what you like until you like me and then just show you what I'm really like.
Oh, it's like a lady love bomb.
Kind of,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay. Only with me, though. I don't think she's into me, but just likes male attention. Obviously, this makes it a bit uncomfortable and has caused some tension in our relationship, as I now have to be careful how I interact with her. Who is in the wrong here? She sounds like
A
a
trouble causer.
fucking
Oh, yeah.
nightmare.
Trouble.
I'd go to Belarus, mate. I'd get a £3 flight.
Has his girlfriend noticed?
Yes. Tension in the relationship, yeah.
Oh, then I think she needs to say something.
Or she needs to up a game and start stripping
Just
off
go
as well.
naked.
Yeah, go one tit out.
One up, yeah.
Yeah.
Just shag in front of her. Yeah, which NFL team do you like? Liar.
Raven.
Yeah.
Just want to point
The
out that
Minnesota
all I can
Rodders.
hear over here is this dog snoring. I literally could hear snoring and I went, oh my God, this isn't gotten that. I went,
The
"It's
review
you."
is in.
John, this is part podcast, part kennel at the moment. I've lived with someone who owns the gaff that we were living in, and it's a really weird dynamic where you feel like you have some vote because you're a tenant, but they have 5 votes because it's their house or flat.
So it's her place.
not. So
Old Tits McGee's place.
it's Tits McGee.
I
If
can
she-
walk around however I want. It's my gaff.
yeah, if she wants to have a biff out breakfast.
Without me.
I mean, I'm assuming when he says her ass is out, she does have like underpants on.
Yeah, I think she's
She's not
walking around.
bra and vagina out, is she?
She's walking around
Is
going,
she?
this is my
Huh?
gaff and I look great and, you know, the issue's with you. Stop looking then. She sounds like a fucking trouble causer.
I think you might have to get sucked off. No, sorry, what? You might have to leave. Yeah.
What, they're going to not leave the relationship, leave the
No,
house?
just like, this crazy lady wants to bang me. I'm so sorry, love.
I think his girlfriend needs to go, it's a bit weird that you're walking around a bit like, on show. You know, bit of respect for me fella. And if she goes fuck off, then leave.
What if he started matching her?
Yes,
He
John.
just started
That'd be
walking out.
Yes.
Cock out.
What would be the, you know,
French boxers.
nothing only just
Speedos, nothing
a
else.
Louis Vuitton willy warmer.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just like, what?
I'd really like a house meeting about the Louis Vuitton Willy Warmer.
Yeah.
It's making me feel uncomfortable.
How
Put
do you
your
think I
arse
can
like
tighten these abs?
Yeah, just do like pull-ups on the kitchen door frame.
Yeah.
And stuff. Be like, oh, sorry, I'm a bit oiled up. Yeah,
Sunflower
make it feel
oil.
uncomfortable. like they fly like one. Like,
Yeah. Yellow cow. Still watching my weight. As it goes down the cum gutters.
cum gutters.
You know them ones, the ushers.
V's, yeah.
Yeah, the cum gutters.
Cum gutters.
That's what they are.
Where's the cum? On your chest.
Guilty.
Anonymous lady, we've got another one. Me and my boyfriend have been together about 4.5 years. I've previously had boyfriends, and whilst I'd always
Show off.
enjoyed sex, my current one is definitely more generous in the foreplay department. So much so that the majority of the time, it results in him going down on me and me squirting, and it's not something I'd done previously. He doesn't do anything to make me feel like this, but it makes me feel quite self-conscious and sometimes even embarrassed to the point I'll try and put off sexy times to avoid the end result of me squirting. Any advice on how to deal with this, and what's your genuine male opinion on when a girl squirts, Carl?
It's just piss. It is just.
Stop drinking water or fluid. You should walk around like a fucking husk.
It sounds like one of them lads writing in Lion. Oh, my fella makes me squirt too much. What shall I do? Fucking love it. Own it.
When I had a 16th birthday party, my mum
Oh,
put
You
like,
your mum
no,
squirted.
my
Yeah.
mum put sticky
Sadly blew the
plastic on
candles out.
floor. So I'd do that.
You are?
My mum put
Make a
sticky
wish.
plastic on the floor,
Sticky
Like-
plastic for what?
on the carpet. So I
What?
just do that.
Why though? Why is it on the floor?
So there was no stains on the floor?
It's like the people who put like a clear shell suit on a sofa to keep it safe.
Yeah, my nana did that because she squirted all the time.
Squirt, yeah.
She's absolute Norris McGuirter. Hang on. What do you mean put sticky things
So
down?
I had a house
She
party.
feels self-conscious about squirt. She's embarrassed by her
Yeah, but
own
then there's-
squirts.
Yeah, but then it's,
You're like, you need plastic
Yeah.
on the floor.
Your birthday
it's
was
easy
like
clean up,
Dexter
innit?
season 2.
well, she's not going to be self-conscious if there's not like squirt stains everywhere.
No, I think she's self-conscious about doing it, not like the mess it leaves.
Yeah.
I think doing it in someone's face, like, do you ever get told with like a super soaker, don't aim it in someone's face?
What was her name?
Yeah. Putting your fanny towards the window.
Oh, fat Jenna going squirt.
Oh, fat Jenna. Squirt.
You're going to want to get away from the window, boy. It's going to be like the blitz up in
Just
the...
say to him, listen, I don't want to squirt as much as I do, which is a wild sentence, and say, just, let's
Lay off.
keep it north.
Keep your eyes and fingers up here, mate.
Yeah.
I found out this recently. Do you know in America that fingering's not really a thing?
Yeah. Isn't that second base, though?
I don't know.
I thought fingering was second base.
Do you reckon there's ever a baseball coach who goes around and he goes, okay, you get to finger, and then you get to lick them out, and all the way to a full bumming.
You're on boobs.
Have you ever made a woman squirt, John?
Tears. Only tears.
It's just piss.
Can I just say, Harry in the replacement spot for Finn, by the way, Finn's away as well, just going, I'm going to do some producing here. This will be very professional. Got a journalism degree. Have you ever made anyone squirt there, John?
I think it's a safe question to ask.
We'll do a have a word and we'll get out of here. An anonymous lady says, Lids, I need some anonymous advice. Oh, what? This is just
can't
more
give-
advice.
Well, we can't give anonymous advice.
This isn't a have a word. This is advice. You categorise yourself wrong. Have a word with my boyfriend. Oh, you're all over the road here, love. But this has mashed my head. I've been with him for over a year and we get on amazingly as we're both very sexually charged. One morning he stayed at mine and we were getting a bit frisky, but I had to jump in the shower, so I told him to sort himself out. When I came back in, I saw him sniffing the teddy I'd had since I was 3 whilst pulling his pud. What? I was absolutely mortified, but he tried to defend it by saying it smelt of me. Feel like my childhood has been violated. Have a word with him, please, lads. Tell me how to get over this. So not just, not just cracking one out when she's in the shower.
All right, I'll give you $5,000 for that teddy bear.
Have you ever wanked over
That's
a
my
teddy?
final offer.
You ever made a teddy squirt? I used to have this. Everyone had a teddy when they were a kid. I used to have this one called Sad Sam, and it was like,
Is that the one where you point out where you've been touched?
Is that your mum and dad like, happy birthday, here's a sad
"Here's a Sad Sam." That was the brand.
It's like
It was like
so Sunny, but it's with being touched. Bring out Sad Sam.
it was a dog with big sad eyes. And when I got to about 11, what I'd done, because the head was probably about the same size as its body, is I would sort of dig the middle bit out, so ripped its neck, and invented the fleshlight. I think
You fucked its neck.
fucked its neck.
You didn't even fuck its face.
So Sad Sam became sexual assault victim Sam
Sexual assault. Sam.
as you banged its neck.
Yeah, and it's looking up at me like,
Brendan, you're such a dirty, dirty boy.
I was.
Oh, you changed now, yeah?
Yeah, I'm a change man.
Yeah, you're into radiators now.
Is it like a tracheotomy that's like the hole in the neck?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Sad Sam would be like, stop it.
Oh God.
He sounds like a wrong un, really.
No, he doesn't.
He sounds like a bit of a wrong un.
It's also weird. Wank yourself off while I get in the shower.
Also,
I don't get that.
What we're doing as adults, if we're like, yeah, we're going to have a bit of a sexy time, we're quite sexually charged, but I've still got my childhood toy on the bed.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the issue.
Am
That was amazing victim blaming. Yeah, it's your fault.
Am I
Love. You
getting
shouldn't have it
wrong
on
to
the
say
bed.
you're on holiday? Am I misremembering that?
Yes.
Oh, right, okay. So if you're taking your teddy on holiday,
Yeah, you're weird.
That's brilliant.
I made that up.
You don't leave this sexy teddy bear around and expect nothing to happen. This was entrapment. You knew when you went to that shower, you knew I'd be sniffing Teddy as soon as you got into that bathroom. You set me up.
I don't think a smell has ever made me horny.
No.
I've never thought cookies. Like, all right, like, do you know what?
No.
I'd smell
That
that.
wouldn't do it for me.
The smell of freshly cooked grass sets me off, I'm not going to lie.
I've got hay fever.
It's got accomplishment. It's got a sense of home, emotional connections.
Do you know what that smell is?
A wet dog coming out of the sea. That's also another one.
The smell of fresh
Anyway, I've said
cut
too
grass
much. I'm sorry, boys.
is
Shit.
no, it's grass screaming when it gets cut.
That's why he likes it.
Each blade of grass is going.
Scream for me, you dirty lawn.
That scent that is, I'm not lying.
Oh my God.
The scent that
really?
it gives off is them screaming. So you enjoy that, you mass murderer.
Oh my God. I've realised so much more about myself today. I thought I was a good man walking in here. Now I know I'm a sick, twisted, grass-killing lunatic. I'm sorry, but...
That sofa does that to people, as Brennan well knows.
Boys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you to Brennan for standing in as guest co-host. Thank you for John Lynn for coming all the way over early. And then you have hot water even this weekend.
Hot water this
The
weekend?
big room. The new room.
I haven't been since it is the new room.
No, I've not been yet.
Excited.
It's superb.
It's
Yeah.
good fun.
Is it? Yeah, yeah. I'm excited to see it, yeah.
Follow John online. What's your handles, man?
This is not John Lynn on Instagram, because I did have This Is John Lynn and some wanker stole it and tried to make me pay him 200 quid. And I said, fuck you, man. I'm adding a knot. And I'm beating you.
This is
And
not
I've no fucking followers. So maybe he won in the long term.
Don't drop John a follow.
Have we got a song to close us out, Harry? Have you stepped in the Finn role with a song?
No.
Could you sing something for us then too?
No, let's go with random. Let's go with Get Back by Pop Smoke.
Cool.
Go and listen to that. He's dead, so you won't even notice,
Yeah.
but good song.
There you go. Pop Smoke at the end, unexpectedly. Thanks, John. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Bye, Felicia.